A notice down the hall, we're going to bring you on a little early. And then I heard the sounder playing before the sentence was done. Oh, my goodness. But hey, welcome, everyone. My name is Brian Craig. You're listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. That's right, celebrating 45 years on the radio this year, The Steve Kane Show. Welcome, one and all. And, of course, Friday is open phones. Anything and everything you have on your mind is fair game on Fridays. You're not limited to just the topics that we bring up here on the program. Anything and everything you have on your mind, we call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. Open MAGA Mike Friday. Our number toll-free from anywhere, no matter where you're listening to us from or at 888-GO-KANE1. That's 888-465-2631. Well, yesterday, Joe Biden went to Pennsylvania to campaign for Fetterman. What a disaster that was. I mean, that was textbook disaster. And what made it a textbook disaster was a great many things. But, you know, Fetterman's got a lot of problems. It's not just that he's a communist and a bum. You know, Fetterman lived off his parents until he was like 40 years old. He's basically got the Bernie Sanders path to success in life. You know, Tony Robbins, any of you ever follow Tony Robbins? I do. Tony Robbins, he's a little strange, but he's got some good advice. Tony Robbins tells you that if there's something you want to be successful at it, you know what you do? What do you do? If there's something that you want to be successful at, what does Tony Robbins tell you to do? It's pretty simple. Find someone who's successful at what you want to be successful at and copy them. That's basically it. And that's what Fetterman is doing with Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders has 5 houses, right? One of them is a summer camp, Camp Crystal Lake, I think. Is it Camp Crystal Lake? How many of you get that reference? You know, and Bernie Sanders was a bum and didn't have a job until he made his way to the Congress. So that is what Fetterman is trying to do. He's just like Tony Robbins says, he's a bum, he wants to be successful, and he's following the path of Bernie Sanders, which has done all right for Bernie Sanders. Now, Bernie Sanders didn't have a mutant growing on the back of his neck. I mean, you know, this Fetterman run, it's so perfect for Halloween with that huge mutant on the back of his neck. And, of course, that's why he wears the hoodies to cover up that huge bump. Totally insane. But Fetterman's biggest problem isn't his left-wing communist ideologies. That's a problem. I mean, people in this country are rejecting that finally, thankfully. His biggest problem isn't that he wants to let all the murderers out of the prisons of Pennsylvania. That's a problem. That's not his biggest problem. The fact that he chased an innocent black man down with a shotgun in his town when he was mayor, that's not even his biggest problem. His biggest problem is that he had this stroke and he has brain damage. He can't speak, he can't think, he can't even do an interview because he's lost the ability to process audio when people are speaking with him, so they have to put it out. He can read, apparently. So his biggest problem are his mental failings that are going on here. I mean, he's just out of it. He's just completely out of it. So when your biggest failing is your cognitive decline, your biggest failing is you're checked out. Your biggest failing is you can't speak clearly. You're mumbling. You don't know where you're at. You don't know what's going on. You don't highlight it by bringing in a guy whose biggest problem is that too, Joe Biden. And Joe Biden went to Pennsylvania yesterday, incoherent as ever, checked out as ever, lost and as confused as ever, and traveled around mumbling incoherent comments for Fetterman. In fact, at one point, he was talking about how great Fetterman's wife was going to be in the Senate. I'm going to play some of the audio here, but it was not a good day for the Democrats yesterday, which is a good day for America. A good day for Democrats is bad for America. So I'm not upset that Biden went there and highlighted that both of them are suffering from some type of brain damage or something. That's good. That's a good thing. All right? It's helping us a little bit. Oh, man. Oh, man. So let me play some of this. They're all so good. Okay, this one here. This is Biden yesterday, and I want to ask you, foreign language is not my strong suit. When I was in high school in 9th grade, my first year of high school, my first semester of high school, I got an F all year long in Spanish. My whole first year in high school, I failed Spanish the entire year. Now, taking Spanish in South Florida is a little different. 3/4 of the people in class already spoke Spanish. They were Cubans, and they all pretended not to speak Spanish. And so the class was an advanced class, and I'm just some gringo, So I was at a disadvantage. The kids in the class spoke better Spanish than the teacher. They used to make fun of her behind her back that she talked really slow. She didn't speak at the proper speed and everything. And then but that had a big problem for me. When I went to college, I'm so bad with the foreign language. I had that experience in high school, and I remember my Spanish teacher, oh boy, she was a motivator. She says, "You're never going to go to college, Brian. You can't pass my class." I'm like, I'm 15 years old, and she's telling me I'm a loser. And then she said, "You're never going to be able to go to college. You're going to have to do foreign language to go to college. You failed my class. You're in the 9th grade." And she said, "Oh, by the way, living in Florida, you're not going to be able to function or get a job in Florida unless you speak Spanish by the year 2000. She told me. Yeah. Great motivating teacher. What a beaut that she is. Oh my gosh. Wonder how many other students she just took their hopes away. And I thought I wasn't even going to graduate college because of that. When I was in college, I took Spanish several times. I took French. I took German. And I took all these languages multiple times. And I finally got through Spanish. It was not easy. You had to take 2 classes of Spanish, 1101, 11. So when it comes to the languages, I suck. And thankfully, the final exam was not comprehensive, or I'd be a college dropout. But hey, listen, Rush didn't go to college. He did all right. But I finally got through it. But anyway, the reason I tell all that stuff, bringing back these memories, Biden was speaking yesterday in Pennsylvania, and here's my question to you. What language is Joe Biden speaking in this audio clip? I'm serious. What language, that's the question. I'm going to play this clip. This is Biden yesterday on the campaign trail mumbling for Fetterman. What language is Biden speaking?
Tim Ryan in Ohio said he doesn't want you there. Warnock said wouldn't say. Do you think they're making a mistake?
No, the 16 there I've already gone in for you, and a lot more than that. Another 20 or so. I'm going to be going in.
What language is that? You know what I think it is? Let me play it one more time, and I'll tell you. You know what language I think this is?
Do you think they're making a mistake?
No, the 16 there I've already gone in for you, and a lot more than that. Another 20 or so. I'm going to be going in.
Okay. You know what language that is, Biden speaking? I just figured it out as I played it. Yeah. You know what it is? He's speaking Otis. The language Biden is speaking is Otis. Do you know what Otis? You know what language that is? He was the town drunk on the Andy Griffith Show in Mayberry. Remember, he'd come to jail and put himself in jail every night. They let him out in the morning. And he'd come in there. That's what Joe Biden speaks. He's speaking Otis. Oh, man. Yeah. But that's just the beginning of mumbling his way through Pennsylvania yesterday. I've got more. And we got actually a whole bunch of stuff we're going to do on the show today. Steve's back today. It is Open Phones on Friday. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. Anything and everything you have on your mind is fair game on Fridays. Our number toll free, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. 888-465-2631. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Mike from Louisiana.
Oh, hey, Mike.
I mean, look, if Fetterman was healthy, which he isn't, but if he was healthy, you notice that a lot of the Democrats that are running right now, don't want Biden anywhere near them.
Yeah.
They don't want him anywhere near him. So if he was healthy, if he was totally healthy, I would guarantee you that he wouldn't be anywhere near John Fetterman.
Well, maybe they brought Biden to Pennsylvania so they can say, you know what? Yeah, I'm brain damaged, but this guy's running the whole country and has got the nuclear football. I'm just going to be in the Senate. Maybe that's what they're thinking about that.
Maybe so, and that's the thing. This is, but again, here's the thing about Biden. I mean, if you know Biden's history, you know that he's had several brain aneurysms.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's about the same thing as a stroke. And by the way, much like you, I took a foreign language in high school. I had to take French, and this is not the French from France. This is the Cajun French.
Oh. They have an actual class to speak Cajun? Come on.
Yes, they do. They did at one point. They did. Yes.
Okay. I believe you.
But that's the thing. That it's almost like Biden's speaking Bidenese. You know.
Yeah, Bidenese. Yeah. He is. Hey, listen, I got to run for a break, Mike. But thanks for the call. Yeah. Oh man. All right, it's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. We'll take our first break of the hour. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. Oh, man. Pretty scary, isn't it? We'll be back right after this. 888-465-2631. Oh, man. Pretty scary, isn't it? We'll be back right after this. Hey guys, we're in our break. Please like the video, guys. When you like the video, that helps me out a lot. Because when you like the video, it tells that YouTube algorithm to recommend this video and my other videos to people that have not yet discovered my channel. So please like the video. That helps a lot. I know a lot of you have already, but if the rest of you in there could just like the video, that is a great help to me. It truly is. Yeah, so Biden and Fetterman. Oh, my goodness. Which one? Tell me in the chat room, and I'm serious about this. Which one is more mentally checked out? Fetterman or Biden? What do you think? Fetterman or Biden? Which one is most mentally checked out? Yeah, this one is available in my shirt store, my merch store on my website, BrianCraigShow.com. Yeah, BrianCraigShow.com. I have a bunch of shirts. Biden? Yeah, Dumb and Dumber. That's right. You think Biden is more checked out? Isn't that something? Yeah, it is a tough call, isn't it? I mean, Biden's obviously more dangerous because he's running the country. Or his chief of staff's running the country. You know? They're both equal, a tie. Yeah. Yeah. No, they both have some kind of brain damage going on. You know, Lara Logan was fired from Newsmax TV. I'm going to get to that after I'm done with the Biden-Fetterman stuff. You know, no one's a bigger fan of Newsmax TV than me, but I've about had it with them. What they're doing, man, they're becoming Fox News, Newsmax. That's not, we didn't go to Newsmax for them to become Fox. So, Biden by a hair. You worked at Newsmax? What did you do at Newsmax? It's Lara Logan, isn't it? Or is it Laura Logan? Is it Lara or Laura? We'll get to that in a little bit.
Research shows listeners...
I think it's Lara Logan. She said something on the air that they fired her for. Yeah, it's Lara. Yep.
1977. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
It sure is. Oh, man. Welcome, everyone. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. Oh, man, 1-888-GO-KANE-1 is our number. Do you or someone you know or love suffer from neuropathy? Let me tell you, Steve had that neuropathy so bad, we were afraid we weren't going to be able to do our cruise. He was pretty much bedridden, and neuropathy, the doctors tell you, there's nothing you can do about it. Learn to live with it. Steve went to his neurologist. He went to a neurologist, a specialist. No treatment for neuropathy. Well, we found a treatment at Lighthouse Medical Center in Pompano, a practice that's been in practice with the same family for 75 years. And, neuropathy is complete torture, numbness, pain, burning, tingling in your hands and feet, muscle weakness, loss of balance, muscle twitching. You feel that like pins and needles in your hands and your feet. Sometimes people have no feeling at all in their hands and feet. Lighthouse Medical Center not only has a treatment for your neuropathy symptoms, but it's a treatment that works. It rid Steve of his neuropathy symptoms. Isn't that amazing? And it works. It works. And a lot of you out there have taken advantage of this too. Now listen, if you can't make it to their location in person in Pompano, still call them. I'm going to give you the number. If you're out of town, they can help you too. Now, when you call, make sure you mention you heard about them on the radio so you can take advantage of their no-charge consultation. 754-222-6642. It's not unusual for a family member to call and make an appointment for the neuropathy sufferer in their family. Adult children, spouses, all the time. 754-222-6642. Online, lighthousemedicalcenter.com. One more time, give them a call, 754-222-6642, and say bye-bye to your neuropathy. All right? Okay. So, oh boy. I got some big stuff we're going to get into on the show today. We're just getting started here, but let's get back into Fetterman and Biden. So this is a clip of Biden yesterday during his stump for Fetterman.
The right that I pushed hard and it finally got changed, the married couples in the privacy of their bedroom, I'm thinking about the Dobbs decision. Imagine, well, I'll get to that in a second.
Oh my goodness, wow. I mean, he is just, not even making sense. He's losing his train of thought in just simple sentences. He just can't do it. He can't make the connection. Now this clip, Biden is talking about Fetterman's wife and how she's going to be great in the Senate.
And John, thank you very much for running. I really do appreciate it. And Zell, you're gonna be a great lady in the Senate.
Okay, he just told Fetterman's wife that she's going to be a great lady in the Senate. She's not running. She's always by her husband's side. I don't think she can be by his side on the floor. He thinks the wife is running? That guy's got the nuclear football, people. That's right. He's got the nuclear football. He is taking us towards the Third World War with Russia. He is setting the stage for not just the rise of China, but for China to take Taiwan. So something we never thought would happen. We could have World War III on two fronts, one in Europe and one in the Pacific. Sound familiar? Yeah, it's bringing back same situation we had in the Second World War. And this is the guy who's bringing us all to this. He's our fearless leader. Listen to this. Here he is again.
We're $1.2 billion.
I watched the...
Okay, that was on the campaign trail for Fetterman yesterday. Remember when they were making such a big deal about Trump's health? And then Ronnie Jackson, who was the White House doctor at the time, that was a great congressman from Texas, he did his physical on Trump, and Trump allowed his personal doctor to have a press conference and let the press ask anything they wanted about the president's physical and health and medications and everything else, and he went through it all. And the press were pissed. They tried to destroy the life of Ronnie Jackson. They resulted in him leaving the service. They wanted to destroy the life of Dr. and Admiral Ronnie Jackson because President Trump is healthy, and he gave him a clean bill of health. They were obsessed about his health. This guy we got now cannot even put together complete sentences, and they don't question his health. I was talking to a caller yesterday who was asking me, why aren't they talking about the Ashley Biden diary? And I said to him, Democrats, they're like James Bond. They have a license to do whatever they want to do. And the reason that is because the media are doing, the left say that those of us that are MAGA are in a cult, the cult of Trump. They can do no wrong. Well, he's done no wrong, okay? He's not done wrong things that we're covering up for. He doesn't have failings that we're hiding. He has no failings. But the Democrats, they have this guy. They got two guys on the campaign trail yesterday, both with different types of brain damage. One has had a massive stroke and has a huge tumor that's the size of the head of a baby on his neck and can't speak, can't have a conversation, can't listen to a reporter's questions, right? This thing with NBC News. And look what happened. That NBC News reporter that interviewed Fetterman and had to do it through a teleprompter because he couldn't process the spoken word. She reported this, and they're out there attacking her. She's probably going to lose her job at NBC, coming to a local affiliate near you, somewhere in the middle of nowhere, because she reported how severely brain damaged John Fetterman is. They're attacking her for journalism. You want to talk about a cult? The left are the cult, covering this up. He's a bad guy. And Fetterman, listen to this. This is one of their talking points. This is Fetterman talking, this is this week. He's talking about January 6th.
I watched those events on the television where they took over the Capitol, much like everybody else did. It felt very 9/11. It felt very surreal.
Okay, yeah. Peter Strzok and Fetterman both this week said January 6th was like 9/11 and even worse than 9/11. Really, 3,000 Americans were killed on 9/11. More Americans died on September 11th than were killed on the attack on Pearl Harbor. What are you talking about? Are you out of your mind? Well, the weekend is here. I don't know what your weekend plans are, but they very much should include lunch, dinner, or takeout from Anne Marie's, the best Italian food in South Florida. Everything homemade, family-owned and operated with real grandma's own recipes on the menu. And everything I've had on the menu was great. And, of course, Steve and I recommend that no matter what you order, even if it's takeout pizza, get the lobster ravioli appetizer. Oh, man, that lobster ravioli appetizer is unbelievably good, and it goes with everything at Anne Marie's. They're open with their lunch specials until 2, and they have great lunch specials. I had the baked ziti lunch special, which is great, but they have many other things, including a 2-slice special, and one of our listeners told me the slices filled up like the whole plate and filled them up all day. Anne Marie's is located in Pompano on the northwest corner of Copans Road and US 1 Federal Highway in the same plaza as the movie theater. When you stop in, make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. Anne Marie's Pizza and Wine Company in Pompano. The food is great. I promise you. I love it there. Okay, we'll take our break for the bottom of the hour. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. We'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere. I promise you. I love it there. Okay, we'll take our break for the bottom of the hour. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. We'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere.
Making morning radio great again. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Steve Kane Show. Oh, man. Yes. Oh, my goodness.
Now, here's the True Oldies weather forecast.
Good morning, everybody. What a nice change. We are so much cooler today.
Oh, man. Hey, everyone in the chat room, make sure you like the video, guys, all right? Don't forget to like the video. Oh, man. Liking the video helps me out a lot. It really does. It recommends this video and all my videos to people that have not found my channel yet, which is what we want to do. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Tell me in the chat room where you guys are at. Like what state, what country. You don't have to, don't get too specific, you know. We don't need addresses, but like where are you located? A city, a state, a country? If it's outside the United States, the country. I don't need to hear United States in there. Of course, I'm in sunny South Florida, live in Boca Raton right now. Oh, man. Ohio, Tennessee, Texas, Savannah, Georgia, Wyoming, Nevada, Vegas, Wisconsin, Arkansas, Pennsylvania, Central Florida, Flint, Michigan, Philly, Covington, Washington, Winston-Salem, Wyoming, more Wyoming, we're hot in Wyoming, Maine, Arkansas, MAGA, Wisconsin, North Carolina, Arkansas, Mojave, California, wow. You know who's from Mojave? Captain Christopher Pike. That's right. Did you know that? That's right. Well, thank you, Picto Woman. El Paso, California. Northeast Indiana, Pennsylvania, California, Indiana, Michigan, more Florida, Rhode Island. That's where I was born, Rhode Island. East Tennessee, the Bronx. Oh, is that AOC in there from the Bronx? Gold Coast, Australia. South Jersey, Connecticut. Carroll City, Bloomington, Illinois. Someone else in Savannah. Small town in New Hampshire. Maine. Japan. Oh, I'm sorry, Japan. I brought up the attack on Pearl Harbor. Hope I didn't offend you. London, England. Colorado Springs. Cleveland. Mad Cow Mark, $10 super chat. Thank you. From Australia. Poconos. Oh, Australia. $10 super chat from Australia. Welcome. Sydney, Australia. California Inland Empire. Scotland. Delaware. Missouri. Louisiana. Yes, please, everyone thank Mad Cow for that super chat. The Netherlands. Yes. Sunrise, Florida. Southwest England. Devon in Southwest England. Awesome. Delaware, Louisiana. Is that Louisiana, Mike, that calls in? Southern Oregon. Tim K, $5 super chat for Canada. Thank you. Everyone, please thank Tim K for that super chat. Apollo, Pennsylvania. Planet Earth. That's right. Planet Earth. I'm not sure how to pronounce these Wisconsin cities, you know, all these Indian names, but Wisconsin, Fort Wayne, Eastern Washington State, Kent in the UK. Yeah, Steve's daughter, one of his daughters lives in Bath in the UK. South Carolina, Ohio. Awesome. Oh, man. London. Awesome, guys. Wow. Well, we have a global MAGA here. We are on, let's see here. We got 3 continents. We got Europe, North America, and Asia. That's right. Wow. No, 4. Australia. We got people from 4 continents. Crazy.
When people go to the dentist, they think of the pain.
I'm a little behind on my coffee.
Not with Dr. Gupta and dental care. The dental work
Wow.
Prices are painless too. Call today.
Unbelievable. Yeah, Australia. Okay, that's the fourth one. Australia, Europe, Asia, and North America. So we got 4 continents here.
922-4633, BrightonDentalCare.com.
When those porn bots come in, that's like Nigeria. So we'll add Africa to that.
Mega Cruise is right around the corner. We leave January 20th.
I know, isn't it?
Celebrity Apex.
My goodness.
Lauderdale. First stop, San Juan, Puerto Rico. Then Tortola in the British Virgin Islands. And then St.
Yeah,
Kitts.
Magaland. That's right.
Just for our group. Fine dining together every night.
Maryland.
Parties, shore excursions, onboard activities, and a whole lot more. On the line is Ian from Cruise and Travel Depot. Ian, why should listeners book right
I gave up. I quit quitting the caffeine. Okay? I quit quitting the caffeine. I can't broadcast without it. I got to have my espresso.
561-244-5779.
Columbia, Ohio.
561-244-5779.
An interesting voice. Okay. I don't know. That doesn't, that's not necessarily a good thing.
Make your reservation right now. 561-244-5779. No liberal stowaways allowed.
Now back to the Steve Kane Show, celebrating 45 years on the air.
Yes, yes. Oh, man. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian Craig. It is Friday. I'm a little undercaffeinated. I'm catching up. You know, during the break, I was asking everyone in the YouTube live, you know, when I broadcast, when we're on the radio here, I stream live on YouTube. You can find me on YouTube, Brian Craig Show on YouTube. And we have a very active, opinionated chat room going on during the live show. And I'm used to it now because I've been doing this so many years. But it's a little strange when imagine if you're at work, whatever you do, and then there's a chat room of sometimes overly opinionated people commenting on everything you do while you're working. It's kind of strange sometimes, but I'm kind of used to it. But I asked people in the chat room to tell me where they are listening to the program from. 4 continents. Of course, North America, right? We have listeners throughout North America, the United States and Canada. All over the United Kingdom, so we got Europe in there. We have people from Australia, and we even have multiple people listening to the program right now live on YouTube in Japan. So we got 4 continents of MAGA going on here. Pretty awesome stuff. All right, our number 1-888-GO-CANE-1. It's a toll-free call, no matter where you are listening to us. 1-888-465-2631. Richie the bus driver, you're on the air.
Good morning to you and everybody out there. I want to talk about another topic, but I want to bring up this Fetterman thing real quick. This country's being run by not the people we elect. If you think Joe Biden is running this country, you're really sick.
I think you know who's running the country, really. In all seriousness, I think it's that Ron Klain, his chief of staff. The White House chief of staff is running the country, making all the decisions.
You got Fetterman, okay? But you have his wife, okay? And I don't think that was a mistake. I think their plan. They know he's not. When you talk to him, he doesn't understand you. He needs closed caption, and he doesn't respond verbally right. So I think what you're going to see is he's going to step down very shortly if he's elected, and we're going to have another unelected person taking his place.
Well, I don't know how it works in Pennsylvania. Well, if we get the Republican governor and he gets to appoint someone, it won't be Fetterman's wife. But they probably would have to have a special election, yeah.
And who's going to run? And they're going to say, sympathy vote. Just like this. Listen, I know that they're disabled people, but I certainly don't want a disabled person in a wheelchair putting out a fire as a fireman. There's certain...
Maybe they can elect that mutant that's on the back of his neck to take over the seat, if he can't perform it.
I want that comedy. Now, here's the thing I want to bring up. This is what I wanted to talk about. I saw people putting flags in front of their house from what do you call it? My mind's going.
Oh, you're getting like Biden.
Yeah.
You can't attack Biden and Fetterman and then have mental lapses yourself, Richie.
I know. No, yeah, I wouldn't be running for president of the United States, though. No, Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
They're putting up Ukraine flags in front of their demolished.
Where are they putting up Ukraine flags?
Because
where?
West coast of Florida, over by where the hurricane hit, the houses were destroyed. People are putting Ukraine flags in front of the house because the FEMA gave them $700 with all that damage. They have nowhere to go, and they gave them $700, but they give Ukraine $40 billion. And now they're going to throw. Now McCarthy gets up there and says, "We're not going to be an open check for Ukraine." So the Democrats say in the lame duck section they're going to pass another $50 billion, while people can't even afford to go into the supermarket, and they got homeless all over the streets of this country, and crazy people.
Well, you sound like one of those Putin puppet propagandists. You don't want to send another 50. You know, this is the racket. Okay, this thing about the Ukraine money, another 50 billion on top of the billion a month we're sending, on top of the other billion. You know, this is the thing. You know, I played this clip yesterday of Pelosi talking. This president's had the greatest 2 years of any president. And what Pelosi meant is all these insiders like her are stealing from the U.S. Treasury through this front operation, this money laundering operation they have going on, known as Ukraine Relief.
This crap they give, and then they get the. Listen, you know I was all for fighting these people off. But it's gotten ridiculous. It's gotten really...
Yeah, it's the Ukraine funding. It can't be that bad in Ukraine if the president of the teachers union, that lady that's always griping on MSNBC, went over there to go on a tour. But the money they send by the billions to Ukraine, which doesn't go there, it's like the car wash in Breaking Bad. It's a money laundering racket. Ukraine is a money laundering operation for the Democrats to get rich.
And you get Republicans, the rhinos, right with them. And, you know, it's sick already. You get, for all you liberals out there that listen to this show, you walk in some of these cities in this country, you got sick people on the street, and it used to be that you had a few sick people out there, but now they're attacking normal people with scissors, with hatchets, with everything else. I mean, it's gotten crazy out here, and it's not something that we're making up. It's happening in the cities. I came from the Bronx, New York, Brian, when I was a kid growing up. And I went on there, Crime in the Bronx. And if you see what goes on in the Bronx every day, you'd be in a state of shock.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I said to myself, they have totally ruined New York City.
I'm sure AOC is going to clean all that up, though.
And then they give them the tents. Now the other thing.
You used to be pro-Ukraine. What happened?
Changed my mind was I'll tell you what's changed my mind. To see all the money and to see this president not asking for money of Ukraine, Zelensky, but demanding that we send him money.
Yeah.
You know, who the hell is he to say, give me this?
Yeah.
Beggar, you don't say, give me. You say, can you please help me? But this guy is asking. And I think that this has gotten outrageous. We've spent all this money, and you can't go to Publix and eat.
Yeah.
Short on everything.
That's right.
He's in a state of decline. And we're following England, by the way, with this new Green Deal crap.
Yeah. All right, Richie, you're a little all over the place, but hey, good points. Appreciate the call. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Robbie from Ohio.
All right, Ohio. What's up?
Hey, I just wanted to ask you a question. Did you happen to watch the J.D. Vance and the Tim Ryan, the last debate?
I saw some highlights of it. I didn't really watch it, though, no.
Did you see the part where he 1 minute he said, well, I agree with Trump on this. Minute he was accusing J.D. Vance of being an
Oh, really? Really, they're insurrectionists? Oh, okay.
It really, really irked me because...
Well, I don't, listen, President Trump endorsed J.D. Vance, so I gotta do what President Trump tells us to do, but I don't trust J.D. Vance. He's gonna screw Trump. He's gonna win, and then he's gonna screw Trump over. J.D. Vance spent too much time out with the tech people, out in San Francisco and that Silicon Valley area and everything, and his book, Hillbilly Elegy, he's a snob. He's a snob, you know, and he's gonna be another Romney, maybe even worse. He's gonna be like who's that fake Republican up in Alaska, Murkowski. He's gonna be a Murkowski type. I don't trust that guy, but you know, I guess Trump had his reasons, so I always trust in Trump. But vote for J.D. Vance because Trump said so, but just prepare yourself.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I've been watching JD, and I know that he went back and forth on things. So I'm like you. I'm real leery of him.
Well, I told people before the endorsements happened, President Trump is going to endorse people that you don't like. But he's got a bigger plan here. He knows what he's doing. He knows more than we do. So vote for whoever President Trump tells you to vote for.
But I do like Marjorie Taylor Greene a lot. I watched her debate, and she put that guy in his place. But it just irks me that they keep, just because she's a supporter of Trump, that they keep making her like an extremist.
Yeah, I know. It's disgusting. Hey, listen, thanks for the call from Ohio. I appreciate it. All right, now listen, we're coming up on our break. When we get back, there is a lot more to talk about. Newsmax has fired Lara Logan for something that happened on the air. I'm going to play for you the clip that got Lara Logan fired from Newsmax TV when we get back. I'm pretty upset with Newsmax. I'm a big supporter of Newsmax. Christopher Ruddy is someone I idolize. Stitchfield, and now this. We got some problems here, people. We're going to talk about it after the break. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Back after this. Here, people. We're going to talk about it after the break. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Back after this. Yeah. Well, if they're becoming more like Fox than OAN. You know, Lara Logan is amazing. My wife is feeling much better. She is home. She came home yesterday from the hospital. Yeah, this shirt is available in my merch shop at BrianCraigShow.com. Now, this is I got my hat for the cruise. Look at this hat. See this hat, guys? Do you guys like this hat? This is for the sun. Hold on. Steve Kane Show. Hold on. Yeah, check it out. Nice hat. You see it? Now, listen. If you want to buy this hat, nice hat, huh? I'm going to wear this on the cruise because we're down there in the tropics. It's going to be sunny and everything. You know, you can't wear a MAGA hat, you know, in some of the areas down in the Caribbean. So we got this one here. And if you want to get this hat, there's a link in the description of the video here, DATIheadwear.com, and if you use the discount code Brian, BRIAN, you get a huge discount. And they sent me this hat. They're listeners, and they sent me these too. They got all kinds of cool hats. They got some nice stuff here, so go check it out. There's a link in the description, DATIheadwear.com. Use the discount code Brian, and you get a pretty sizable discount on all of their hats. But I like this one. This is perfect.
Or need a knee replacement? Have you been told that you have osteoarthritis? Well, then come see us at Lighthouse Medical Center. We have non-surgical solutions.
Oh, yeah. And check it out on the inside. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Pretty cool, huh? I can't wear it with my headset, but yeah, it's pretty awesome. Oh, get ready to come back here. Oh, man. All right, what do I do now? Oh, yes. Oh, man. Yeah, man. I mean, the way they treat Lara Logan's awful. She was raped over there. Was it in Egypt where she was raped, covering Muslim Spring? I mean, you know, my goodness. I'm a dork. Okay, it's okay. A dork. You must be Gen X. I haven't heard dork in ages.
We take on the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve Kane Show is on the air.
Yes, it is. I'm Brian Craig. It's Open Phones, Open MAGA Mike Friday. Anything and everything you have on your mind is fair game on Fridays at 1-888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. If you're in pain, you don't have to be. Call Dr. Appleton. Well, you don't even have to call because walk-ins are welcome. But go over there and talk to Dr. Appleton about his laser away pain system. You know, today's Friday. That means tomorrow was Saturday. Dr. Appleton, no appointments and walk-ins, even open on Saturdays. Okay? And that laser away pain system, it works, and it works good. He rid me of my knee pain. It's been about, 6 weeks now? And it has not returned. Completely pain-free. I've even lost weight because I am more active. I'm not sitting down as much because I'm not in pain. I've lost weight. I'm on the last hole on my belt. I got to get a new belt. I've lost so much weight because I'm more active, because I am without pain. Whatever kind of pain you have, he can help. Arthritis, any joint, bursitis, tennis elbow, neck pain, stenosis, muscular contraction, lumbar pain. Maybe you've had knee surgery, shoulder surgery, and you're suffering. He can help you there too. Maybe you're thinking about surgery. Before you go and get surgery for your knee or another area you're having pain with, go talk to Dr. Appleton. Back pain, he can help with that too. Now, I'm going to give you his number. Remember, mention you heard about him on the radio so you can take advantage of that no-charge consultation. 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. Online, AppletonCairo.com. And remember, open on Saturdays, so you can stop in tomorrow if you're suffering. All right, you're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian, Jeff from Maine.
Oh, hey, Jeff.
Hey, first of all, so glad Kathy's doing better.
Thank you.
Praying for her. And second of all, I agree with you about J.D. Vance. There's something off about him. And, you know, we know the Democrats are against America. You know, it's obvious. But when a Republican becomes a rhino and does it, it's a lot more egregious. Do you agree?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, these people are supposed to be for we the people. And when a Republican doesn't stand with Meg or President Trump, it really shows the true colors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. But listen, J.D. Vance is going to screw Trump over. I know that, and I'm sure Trump knows that too. But he's going to have to show some loyalty to President Trump, and I think he's trying to get Mitch McConnell out of the leadership position, and he's probably got an assurance from J.D. Vance to do that. And you know, Mitch McConnell's got to go.
Should be the head of the Republican Party.
Well, the head of the Republican Party is Donald Trump.
Instead of Mitch McConnell.
In the Senate, you know what? I don't know. I don't have an answer to that. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. You know, there's so many snakes in there.
And, you know, if a Republican isn't MAGA, which is putting America first, putting veterans before illegals, you know, the list is so rampant. It's obvious that they're not in there. They're in there to enrich themselves because there's so much money laundering still going on. And I think Trump could end it.
Well, that's why they hate him. He ended a lot of it. You know, the thing that President Trump, they hated everything he did. But the one thing he did, I've talked about this his whole first term, when he equalized the trade deals, that's where all the big payoffs were happening. These out-of-balance trade deals around the world, especially with China and Japan. And when he equalized that was the end of it.
So when we take over the House, it just depends on how much of a majority we get. Do you think they can put a stop to the Biden agenda?
Well, Biden said yesterday when he was mumbling through Pennsylvania that the war effort in Ukraine is in danger if the Republicans take back the House. Because the House of Representatives controls the money. that the government spends. So they, obviously Biden still, has a lot of authority, but he'll lose the ability to spend. That's why there's, Richie was talking about this $50 billion more. They're sending as much money as they can while they're still in control because the Republicans can stop that.
And they see the writing on the wall. They're not completely stupid.
Oh, I don't think they're stupid at all. These Democrats, they're corrupt criminals. They're worth millions and millions of dollars, and they get away with it. They're criminally insane, but they're not stupid. They're too successful at what they do to be stupid. They're just crooks.
The one thing I'm looking for this upcoming election in November 8th is how many drop.
Yeah. Well, the main thing I'm looking for is Kari Lake. Let me tell you. I told a caller yesterday, if Kari Lake loses, and I'm not worried about Arizona. I don't think she's going to lose. If Kari Lake loses, that'll be a punch in the gut for me in the morning. That'll suck. Because she's so important. Hey, Jeff, thanks for the call. So Newsmax TV has let us down again. Last week I had the story on Stitchfield, or the week before? I can't remember. I talk so much, I lose track. I can remember Tuesdays and Thursdays because I got to have the trash out, but that's it. But they fired Stitchfield and put on Greta Van Boring, and what a disappointment. What a disappointment that show is. And that's just terrible, what they did. They fired, Stitchfield said they fired him because he was opposed to the war in Ukraine. He didn't want the United States involved in the Ukraine-Russian war. They got rid of him because of it. That's Stitchfield. Terrible, terrible. Now, they fired Lara Logan. Now, she was recently fired from Fox. I don't remember. What did she do that got her fired from Fox? I'd forgotten. Lara Logan is one of the best reporters. I saw her do a story in Mexico for Fox Nation a few months back, and she went, and the sex trafficking was back, and she went to this town where the sex traffickers were operating, right on the border of the United States, and the cartels came after her, and she still stood up to them. It was unbelievable. And of course she got raped when she was covering the Muslim Spring. So she was on Eric Bolling's show. I'm going to play you this clip. Let me cue this up. She was on Eric Bolling's show and said something, and they fired her for it. Let me play this. It's a minute and 53 seconds long, but I want to play the whole thing. This is what Newsmax fired Lara Logan for saying. She's with Eric Bolling here. Listen.
Socialist playbook. You divide and conquer, you don't tell them your intent. You get people to come in, you get your useful idiots, those of us who are paying for these people to have all these luxuries, and they lie about it. Yeah. How's it end?
Well, badly. It ends badly for some. Okay, so on a serious note, people of all faiths have said to me that this is a spiritual battle. I am a firm and solid and immovable believer in God. And I believe that God wins. I believe that good is greater than evil. And I believe that the fallen angel, otherwise known as Satan, doesn't get to prevail in this world. So if you follow the Bible, or if you follow the Quran, or you follow the Book of Mormon, people talk in various different ways about the end times. And if you fight for God, God will fight for you. But humanity.
Final thought, Lara. Final thought, though. I have to.
Now here we go. This is what got her fired. Listen.
God-fearing, God-loving, etc. Final thought. Only a couple of seconds, please. Is God okay with a closed border?
It's much bigger than that. God believes in sovereignty and national identity and the sanctity of family and all the things that we've lived with from the beginning of time. And he knows that the open border is Satan's way of taking control of the world through all of these people who are his stooges and his servants. And they may think that they're going to become gods. That's what they tell us, Yuval Noah Harari and all the rest of them at the World Economic Forum. The ones who want us eating insects, cockroaches, and that while they dine on the blood of children.
Yeah.
Those are the people, right? They're not going to win. They're not going to win.
Well, yeah. All right. Well, let's hope so.
Okay, that's what they fired her for. That part about the blood of the children. Now, I could be wrong about this. I'm going to throw this out to you to let me know at 1-888-GO-CANE-1 if you agree with what I'm about to say. They fired Lara Logan from Newsmax TV for that. It's reported in Mediaite this morning. This while they dine on the blood, that's figuratively. Okay, I don't think, and I'll let you guys let me know, call and let me know. I don't think she actually means they're like vampires drinking blood. I think she's a very strongly religious Christian woman, which is amazing. And I think she's referencing abortion there. I think she's talking about abortion. I don't think she actually means they're drinking blood. I think it's a reference to abortion. What do you guys think? And they fired her for that. She's an amazing reporter. And shame on them. You know, Newsmax, let me tell you, Christopher Ruddy is amazing. He's a great man, and he did incredible stuff. And he still does. And I'm a fan of Newsmax, but they've made a couple decisions that I'm not happy about. That one and Stitchfield. You know, we went to Newsmax because it's not Fox. Please don't turn it into Fox and bring Lara Logan back and put Stitchfield at least on the weekends. Or get rid of Greta Van Boring and put Greta Van Boring on the weekends. But that's what they fired her for. Now listen, we're coming up on our top of the hour break. Callers on hold, stand by. There's less than a minute left. I don't have time to take a call before we break, but I will go to the phones after the top of the hour break. You're listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. Our number's toll free, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. 888-465-2631. Toll free call from anyone. Now remember, it is open phones today. You are welcome to call in about anything and everything you have on your mind on Open MAGA Mike Friday on the program. But I'd like to hear your thoughts on the things I've also brought up this morning, because I think I've brought up some good stuff. Steve will be joining us later on, and I've only just scratched the surface of my show prep today. We got a lot more to get into. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest running radio show. Back right after this break. Show prep today. We got a lot more to get into. I'm Brian Craig. Yes. Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest running radio show. Back right after this. Carrie Lake will straighten out Newsmax. I hope so. I hope Carrie Lake straightens out Newsmax. One thing I'm going to talk about on the radio, but I'll give you guys now. Tulsi Gabbard, who's a Trojan horse, don't trust her. So she campaigned for Carrie Lake. Now she's going off to campaign for Tudor Dixon. Okay? In Michigan. This is what's going on here. Okay? If you notice, Tulsi Gabbard, I'm going to talk about this on the radio. You guys will hear this again, but I'll give you guys a preview of what I want to talk about later on in the show. I got to do it before Steve gets here because he's a Tulsi Gabbard fanboy. He'll get pissed. He won't want to hear it. But Tulsi Gabbard, she campaigned for Carrie Lake. Now she's going to campaign, I read this morning, for Tudor Dixon in Michigan. And what they're going to do, when Tudor Dixon and Carrie Lake win, the media are going to tell you, I got a sneeze coming on, the media are going to tell you that Tulsi Gabbard pushed her over the edge with the independents. Watch. Oh, excuse me. My apologies. I couldn't get the mic off before I sneezed. So what they're going to do is take these victories away from crediting Trump and credit Tulsi Gabbard for Tudor Dixon and Carrie Lake. Oh, she pushed Carrie Lake and Tudor Dixon over the edge. Just what they needed with the women. That's what... Do you guys agree with that or not? But that looks like what they're going to do. Thank you for the bless yous. The air conditioner just popped on over my head. But that is definitely what they are about to do. So Trump doesn't get the credit. So they get the credit. Steve Kane Show. Hold on. Steve Kane Show. Hold on. Steve Kane Show. Hold on. Yeah, I don't like to answer the phones before I put them on, but I even though he's probably in the chat, I don't want the first call of the hour to be Conservative Doug. You know what I mean? So Conservative Doug's on hold. I'll take him second or third or fourth. I don't know. But he called in first, but I don't want him to be the first call coming out. Would you? Nothing against him. He's a nice guy. I met him over at the DeSantis rally last week. And Washington State, welcome. He's a nice guy. He's just a bit of a boring caller, that's all. He is in shape, though. He's an older guy, and he's very fit. He's like muscles. Yeah, I gotta. I've been up since 1:35 this morning. I got a text message. Hold on. Yes, yes. Oh, man. We are back. There is only one opening on the board. My name is Brian Craig. You're listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. Oh, man. 1-888-465-2631 is our number. It is a toll-free call. I'm going to go to our phones, okay? It is open phones on Friday, so before I bring up anything else, we'll go to the callers. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Here.
All right, Lisa in Texas. What's up?
Well, listen, two different things. You asked what Laura Logan got fired from Fox for, and it was because how she did Dr.
Oh, that's right. She made a Mingala reference. That's right. Okay. Only Kanye can do that, I guess.
And you're right, she was raised in Egypt. She was sodomized as well, and the fact that she's the only honest reporter out there is, why she's scrutinized so much.
You know, she's a little off here and there, but she's a sex assault victim, and she was raped in a place where there was no help or relief coming. She was raped until they were done. So, I mean, that was a brutal rape. It's amazing she's a functional person at all. And they should be more sympathetic to sex assault survivors at Fox News and Newsmax TV. Because in the MAGA movement, we love our women.
Oh, well, the Me Too movement, I guess, doesn't get to apply to her, sadly. And, she's a great reporter. And the child stuff you were talking about, they're probably trying to draw to the adrenochrome.
Yeah. I know what they're thinking, but I think she went in. The reason I played the whole thing, the comment at the end, I didn't want to play it out of context. I played the whole thing, and you could hear she's a very, very religious, true believing Christian, and I think that was a reference to abortion that she made. And the Democrats, everything they do right now is about Roe v. Wade and abortion. I don't think that rose to the level that she should be fired. I think Greta Van Susteren should be fired for being boring. And I'll tell you, Eric Bolling, he reminds me of, who was that fat liberal guy that used to be on the 5 when that show first started, and he was always coming back for the martini lunches? Bolling looked, Bob Beckel. He's a lot like Bob Beckel now. And I like Eric Bolling, but he seems like he's had a couple of drinks at lunch.
Yeah, he's an ex-Fox guy, too.
There's too many Fox people at Newsmax.
I think we're getting a little bit too foxy over there, but...
They should have me over there on Newsmax. Newsmax is, their corporate headquarters are right down the street from the radio station.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right here, same city. We're in Boca Raton, Florida. They're right here. Yeah, the founder, Chris Ruddy, lives here. He's great. I have been following Newsmax before there was an internet. Before the internet, Chris Ruddy of Newsmax was out there reporting on Vince Foster. Remember that Vince Foster suicide in quotations and all that? And he was my recollection is he was the first person to report on Bill Clinton's black son, Danny Williams, that he had with the prostitute in Little Rock. You know, Christopher Ruddy, yeah, and the Arkansas State Troopers and all that. He is a great journalist, Newsmax, but they're just making some bad programming decisions.
Yeah, I concur on that one, and hopefully, I'll tell you what, hopefully, Brian, I'm going to get to go on one of your cruises soon.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, that'd be great. I'm all excited. Yeah. All right. Hey, listen, Texas, appreciate the call. Yeah. You know, this cruise we're going on, we leave on January 28th out of Fort Lauderdale on the Celebrity Apex. And, you know, all the events we do on the ship are exclusive to people in our group. People that are not in our group cannot participate in our events. All these private get-togethers that we do, our cocktail parties, our hangouts. We have dinner together. Everything we do, and our shore excursion, everything we do is exclusive to our group of people. And you get to spend a weekend with us. Or did I say a weekend? A week. A week. On the first cruise, Richie the bus driver's cabin was right next to mine. I didn't really realize it till the first morning. I woke up, it was a Saturday morning. I go out on my balcony. I got my coffee, and I'm out on the sea. We're out on the ocean. And I'm just, oh man, this is so relaxing. And then, hey, Brian! It was Richie right next to me. He was out on his balcony right next to me, and we were talking. But you should go. We grabbed some more cabins for our groups. Call Ian at Cruise and Travel Depot and talk to him and join us. 561-244-5779. 561-244-5779. The ship's filling up, though, so don't wait long. All right, let's go. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian, it's Ben from Pompano.
Hey, what's up, Ben?
So I just wanted to remind everyone today, and the Department of Justice recommended like 6 months.
6 months in prison for Bannon's the recommendation. So he's not going to escape prison.
He's not going to escape prison. Oh, you think it?
I think he's going to go to prison. Yeah, I think he's going to be sent. But but the thing I wonder, does Bannon want to go to prison?
Why would he?
Like Roger Stone. I think if it's a short stretch like that, it helps them. Yeah. I mean, I love Steve Bannon. I think Steve Bannon's awesome, by the way. I'm a huge fan of Steve Bannon, but I think in a way, I think he wants to go to prison.
I don't know about that. I mean, what do you think it will be minimum? If it's minimum security, like maybe. I don't know where they send people for contempt of Congress, but
I don't know. They'll probably send him to San Quentin or something, or somewhere very dangerous.
Right. Well, that's what they did with Peter Navarro. I mean, they held him in a cell, like the same cell that John Hinckley was held in.
That's right.
Like, they have this sick, twisted, they're sadistic, and especially with the Jan 6, the Jan 6 prisoners, the way they treat them, I'm sure they would love to get their hands on Steve Bannon. But, the larger point is that, I mean, so much has happened over the last year. We're not even, even the raid on Mar-a-Lago, like, that seems to have just gone out of people's collective, conversation. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I just, it's going to happen. It's going to come down today, and I just hope people use that as like strong motivation to get out. So, I mean, it's really sad what they're doing.
Yeah, and when Steve Bannon's doing his time, I'll do his show in the afternoons. I'll fill in on the War Room. All right. You think they'd like me on the War Room if I was filling in the afternoon? I can't do it in the morning because I got to be on the air, and I'd be a little tired when I got off the air to go do that. But I could do the War Room in the afternoon. I'm up for that. Jack Prosobic can do the early shift, and I'll do the late shift. We'll split it up, and then when Bannon's done doing his stretch, that's fine. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Conservative Doug.
Oh, hey, Doug.
There's something I wanted to mention, but first at this time, I got to say, Anne Marie's, which you seem never to mention, is they have very, very nice ambiance in there.
Yeah, they do.
And the pennies on the floor and those beautiful natural wood tables. And then the guy who makes the pieces makes a little show, throws them up in the air. And then on Saturday, on Saturday night they have a entertainment. There's a really good singer who sings this. So this place is
It's a date night place, and it's fancy, and it's very nice. It is beautiful on the inside. It is absolutely beautiful place, and if you're into wines, they have great wines. In fact, one of our sponsors, I don't want to say which one because I don't know if he wants me to let people know, but one of our sponsors got me a really nice bottle of wine from Anne Marie's Italian wine. I'm saving it for my family for Thanksgiving.
nice. That was nice of them.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
What I wanted to mention is, besides that, is I talked to some idiot liberal yesterday who says that the Republicans are making all the prices go up so they can get all their money in now. So when the Republicans take over, then they can bring the prices down, and they're just doing this to make the
well,
I said, where the hell did you get that from? And he wouldn't tell me. And I said,
I don't understand where you're hanging out with all these liberals. Where do you go to gay bars? Where are you running into all these transgender seminars? Where are you running into all these liberals that you have these conversations with?
Unfortunately, it's either on the paddleball court or on the pickleball court. This was at the pickleball court.
The pickleball court.
Yeah, and I play a lot of sports, and you talk to people, and the next thing you know, you hear these liberals in it.
Well, you should have a MAGA sweatband on.
Yeah, I wear my MAGA hat usually, but...
Oh, you wear MAGA? That's good. Hey, Doug, I got to run for the break, but thanks for the call. All right, it's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. We'll take our first break of the hour. Come back with more of your calls. Don't go anywhere. Hey, you wear MAGA? That's good. Hey, Doug, I got to run for the break, but thanks for the call. Hey, guys, I put... 1 second. 1 second. Hold on. I pinned to the top of the chat the link to this hat, and it's a hat store, actually. Listeners, they sent me this cool hat. This is for the cruise. Great. This is perfect for and this is really well made. Look at this hat. This is really well made. And if you click that link I pinned there, they have all kinds of super cool hats. They're good MAGA people. And if you use the discount code Brian, BRIAN, you get a pretty big discount. But I'm taking this one on the cruise. They sent me these too. They sent me these cool hats too. And that's nice. I like ball caps that have like that netting, you know. It's hard to get caps like that now. So, discount code Brian. Oh yeah, this hat's awesome. Lisa, welcome as a member. Welcome, everyone. Welcome Lisa as a member to the channel. Yeah, this is a very well-made hat. Oh, man. Yes. Where am I?
BioStation West Del Rey. Hormone replacement pellet therapy. Hormone replacement pellet therapy is all natural. What it does is restore your hormones to where they were when you were in your 20s. You'll feel younger, you'll have more energy, you'll get your sex drive back. And women, hormone replacement pellet therapy completely stops and reverses all the signs and symptoms of menopause. Mood swings gone. Night sweats? Gone. I've met listeners before and after hormone replacement pellet therapy with Dr. Matez, and when I first meet them, they're like Joe Biden, and no one wants to be like him. And then I meet them again after they began hormone replacement pellet therapy, and they have their energy back, just like Trump. They're standing up tall, and they feel years younger. Now, it's always a free consultation with Dr. Matez when you tell him you heard about him on the radio. 561-320-8893. 561-320-8893.
Ready to get fired up? Just 60 seconds and you'll be racing for the phone. 888-COCAINE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Yes, it sure is. I'm Brian Craig. We are back. And have you started your Christmas shopping yet? Have you started your Christmas shopping? Oh, man, you got to go to MyPillow.com. With our promo code Kane, you can save huge amounts of money on major top MyPillow products. All make great Christmas gifts. The MyPillow bathrobes, half off. The MyPillow, all these are with the promo code Kane, by the way, and you can use our promo code Kane, K-A-N-E, on all the specials you see at MyPillow.com, not just the ones I talk about. Yeah, the MyPillow bathrobe, half off. The MyPillow body pillow, just $29.98, and that's a MyPillow that's the full length of the body that you can hug at night. The MyPillow 100% Giza cotton dream sheets, just $29.98. I have 6 sets of these. The MyPillow 6-piece towel set, less than $40. If you click on the radio listener specials, huge savings there too. The children's Bible story pillows, 50% off. And there's an overstock sale. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener specials, and click on the overstock page. You can actually save up to 90% off of great MyPillow products on the overstock page with our promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E. And, of course, you're supporting the great Mike Lindell, who was raided by the FBI. They took his phone, haven't given it back. And you're also supporting the Steve Kane Show at the same time when you use our promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E, at MyPillow.com and buy these great products. You can also order by phone toll-free, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879, promo code Kane, K-A-N-E. All right, now, I had a friend. I'm still friends with him. I just haven't seen him in a while. I have a friend, and he's a white guy like me, and he's never had a white girlfriend. He's always been into black girls. He'd always dated black girls. He's been married a couple of times to black girls, and he would tell me that because his whole world is he's been surrounded by black people his whole life. He's the only white person in his family. He says they forget that he's white. And he said, it cracks me up. He says, you would not believe the things they say about white people. They forget I'm white, and they start talking about white people sometimes, and I can't believe how racist my family are. He says, you wouldn't believe how racist black people are, Brian. And, it's, well, yeah, I found some audio today. He says black people talk differently about white people when white people aren't around. What do you think? White people talk the same way when white people are around or black people are around. It doesn't make any difference from my experience. But it's true. But I found this audio. Some people went around and they interviewed black people. I'm going to play it for you in just a moment. They interviewed racist black people. Well, they don't think they're racist, but they asked them, what are whites superior at? And their answers are real interesting. I'm going to play this for you. And what this audio you're going to hear, this is what the Obama regime did. Right? They're grown-up adults now. They're in their 30s, their 40s. They grew up during the Obama era. They've been indoctrinated with critical race theory. And this is what critical race theory has done. Listen to this. Hold on. I have it right here. I just saw it. Here we go. Yes. This is the audio. I'll just play it. And by the way, our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE1. Always open phones on Fridays. Open phones on Fridays. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. Anything and everything you have on your mind is fair game on Friday's program. You're not limited to just the topics that we bring up at 1-888-465-2631. Okay, so here is the audio. I got it queued up now. These are the critical race theorists and sharing their true feelings about us crackers. Listen.
What are white people superior at?
Exactly what white people superior at.
They're real good at violence. Violence, genocide. It's like stealing people's lives.
Can you hear this? What are white? The question is, what are white people superior at? We're hearing. I heard genocide.
White people superior at?
Exactly what white people superior at.
They're real good at violence. Violence, genocide. It's like stealing people's lives just because they feel like it. If you are white and you know this is happening and you say nothing, then you're a killer too.
What exactly are white people superior at?
Insecurity, pretending,
Fear.
being fearful of nothing, being ignorant,
Blame.
letting their egos control their every move, superior at being. What exactly are white people superior at? Oppression, gaslighting, lack of empathy, intellectualizing oppression. Did I say oppression? What exactly are white people superior at?
Taking what's not there. Taking
our ideas.
Copycatting,
gentrification.
appropriating things that do not belong to them, taking over other people's cultures, and making you believe that they invented it.
Maybe they're thinking it as repurposing. It's like recycle and repurpose.
As my grandma would say, the white folk, they'll take it if you don't copyright it.
They are very good at destruction of land, destruction of people, destruction of humanness.
Republican, whether you're Democrat, whether you're conservative, like white people are really good at upholding white supremacy.
How about claiming that, they are actually a whole separate race, when actually white DNA comes from the black female?
So what exactly are white people superior at?
Honey, lying, stealing, and cheating, manipulation, withholding information, lying, telling lies.
Okay, yeah. So if you ever wondered what black people think about us, that's it. It's kind of like that episode of Seinfeld. What was that episode when Elaine was going to the nail salon? You guys remember that? And they were speaking Korean. That's kind of what this is like. And I remember, was that what it was? And then Elaine brought somebody who spoke Korean. She found out what they were saying about her. That's what's going on there. Oh man, but that, what they said there, everything you heard, that is critical race theory, right? Everything was invented by blacks. Whites took credit for it. Genocide, stealing, violence. This critical race theory is such a terrible thing. We had reached a point in this country where we were so post-racial. I didn't vote for him either time, but Barack Obama was the first black person to be the elected leader of a major country. There have been black leaders of other countries, but never a major one. He was elected and re-elected. And if you were writing a history of racism in America, Barack Obama's second inauguration would be the last page. It's over. It's true. Because you could say, well, the first time it just kind of happened. But for him to be re-elected, that is the end of racism in this country, is the second inauguration of Barack Obama. Or so much as systemic racism, things like that. There's still going to be racist people out there. So we had racial unity in this country. And the Democrats, well, that's bad for business. They can't get people, they're losing black voters. In fact, there are polls in this election that show as many as 15-16% of the black community are going to be voting for Republican, and that's MAGA Republican. It used to be like 8% before Trump came down the escalator. Now we're like 15-16% of blacks. In some communities, it's much higher. So they brought in this critical race theory to teach that nonsense that you just heard in that clip. And it's very destructive and it's very bad. In fact, if between the transgender education and the critical race theory, both in the public school, if they came to me and said, Brian, we can take one out of our public schools forever, but only one, this transgender stuff or the critical race theory stuff, I would say the critical race theory's got to go. and keep the transgenderism. If I could only get rid of one, neither of them belong, but you get my drift. This critical race theory has set us back about 45 to 50 years in race relations, maybe even further. Serious. This is like pre-Martin Luther King probably talk. We'll be back after this. Don't go anywhere. 45 to 50 years in race relations, maybe even further. Serious. This is like pre-Martin Luther King probably talk. We'll be back after this. Don't go anywhere.
Bringing the heat to your radio every morning. It's the Steve King Show on Oldies 95.3 and 96.9. The greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s coming up this morning at 10 a.m. Now, here's the True Oldies weather forecast.
Let me see.
Good morning, everybody. What a nice change. We are so much cooler today. We're in the 60s in spots starting out across the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast, and we'll end in the mid to upper 70s for a daytime high today. So a lot cooler in the wake of that front. Still a chance of some showers though this afternoon. I'm WPBS 25 First Warning meteorologist Sandra Shaw.
Follow Oldies 95.3 and 96.9 on social media. See what's happening in the community, have a laugh with some funny memes, and keep in touch with other good time Oldies lovers. Facebook and Instagram at Oldies South Florida. True Oldies. Traffic check.
Major expressways are accident-free and moving up the speed at this time between Boca Raton and Jupiter. Earlier, multi-vehicle crash now cleared from the right shoulder along I-95.
I am starving.
We do have a multi-vehicle incident on 441 heading northbound approaching Atlantic Avenue. And in Broward County, we have a multi-vehicle crash in Pompano, Sample Road westbound just after I-95. This report is sponsored by Unbound.org. Right now,
Looks like a beautiful day outside. A little cloudy, but I can see the sunrise over the beach.
Anne Marie's Pizza and Wine Company, family owned, family operated. Where Grandma Carrie Ann herself is in the kitchen. Amazing pizza, sizzling Philly cheesesteaks, salads, pasta, subs, and much more. Live music, patio seating, and 2-for-1 on all beer and wine for Ladies' Night every Wednesday. Mention Oldies 95.3 and 96.9 and receive a
What is going on?
Come visit us today at Anne Marie's Pizza and Wine Company.
Okay.
Family-owned Italian restaurant located on the corner of Copens Road and Federal Highway. That's Copens Road and Federal Highway. Anne Marie's. We'll see you here.
Hello, this is Mike at Friendly Tire. I've been in business for 30 years at the same location and offering great deals on new and used tires. I have many suppliers. Whatever car or truck you have, I can get you incredible deals on any tire. I also do tire repairs at very low prices. Give me a call. My number is 954-977-9445. I will give you a price over the phone on new and used tires. Again, my number is 954-977-9445. Thank you.
Brian Craig here. I've suffered with massive pain in my knee for years, but not anymore. It's all gone, thanks to Dr. Appleton and his laser away pain system. I'm in studio right now with Dr. Appleton. Dr. Appleton, how'd you do it?
I treated your knee pain with laser.
Okay.
Simple and no side effect. I have robotic lasers that have a wonderful effect on joint pain. These are all FDA approved.
Now you don't just help.
Oh, thank you, Deborah.
Tell the listeners what other areas you can help them with.
Any joint I can do. Shoulder pain, hip pain, sciatica, stenosis, arthritis, tendonitis, bursitis, from the foot all the way up to the neck.
Dr. Appleton is a chiropractic physician, and with the laser away pain system, there's no injections, no surgery, and no drugs. He's open 6 days a week, and same-day appointments are available. Call right now for your free consultation. 954.
Yeah, those of you that are Patreon supporters, Kathy and I did a Patreon-only podcast last night. It's on the Patreon page. So if you... there's a link to my Patreon page in the episode description here on the video, but there's also on my website, BrianCraigShow.com. If you go there, you can hear that episode. Right home from... As soon as she got home from the hospital, we did a podcast. But for just Patreon supporters. She was still a little loopy from the anesthesia from her procedure she had.
It's hurricane season, and if you have a wet spot on your ceiling, you have a leak in your roof. When we had a leak in our roof at the Kane household, we called Tom Laporta. He's the best in the business. Remember, small leaks turn into medium leaks, and medium leaks turn into big problems. Call a licensed contract
All right, we're getting ready to come back here.
The Boca Chamber of Commerce and Oldies 95.3, 96.9 are ready to start your holiday off with a bang. Wine and all that jazz with auction will be at the Boca Raton on Saturday, November 5th. Indulge in an array of wine, spirits, beer, and dinner by the bite from some of Boca's top restaurants, and you can bid on exciting items like wine baskets, resort stays, spa packages, and so much more right from your phone. Visit BocaChamber.com for more information and to purchase tickets.
Hear that music? That means it's Christmas shopping season again. And when you're Christmas shopping, there's no better place to go than mine.
Oh.
And with our promo code KANE at checkout, KANE, you will find the lowest prices ever on top.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm tired. Well, no, I've been up since 1:35 this morning. I got a text message. It woke me up. It was PJ. He texted me a photograph that I took with him at the DeSantis rally at Wings Plus on Sunday. I don't know why he texted it to me at 1:35 in the morning. I'll ask Steve about it. I'm going to say it on the air. PJ doesn't watch on YouTube, I don't think, so I'm going to call him out on the radio when we get back.
Promo code KANE, K-A-N-E.
Face the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig on Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
All right, we are back. I'm Brian Craig. Steve Kane joining us. Hey, Steve. I am really, really tired. Let me tell you what happened. I get a text message which goes ding really loud on my phone at 1:35 a.m. At 1:35 in the morning, I get this text message, and it dinged a few times because I didn't check it. And when somebody calls at 1:35 in the morning, that means usually one of two things: someone's dead, or someone's in jail. So I woke up, right? Then he bailed out, right? So they gotta no, oh yeah. No, but I mean, so it's 1:35 in the morning. I get woken up with this text message, and I'm thinking someone's dead or in jail. Who could it be? What's going on? PJ sent me. He text messaged me a photograph that I took with him at Wings Plus at the DeSantis rally on Sunday. It's a very nice picture, and I appreciate it. But I don't know why he sent it to me at 1:35 in the morning and woke me up. So I've been up a long time. I couldn't go back to sleep. Once I get woken up, I can't go back to sleep. So I've been up a long time, Steve. So that's that. Oh, boy.
I'll try to keep you awake.
Yeah. Jeez. Thanks a lot, PJ. 1:35 in the morning. My goodness. That's not an appropriate time to send text messages, PJ. All right? Oh my goodness! I don't know what vampire. I don't know what this guy. I know you could not hear, so I'm going to play again. The way black people talk about us white people when we're not around. Yeah, I think so. We'll find out right quick because I'm going to play it again. But yeah, it's fixed. That's why I'm going to play it again because we fixed it. But this audio, I played it in the last segment, but Steve couldn't hear, so I'm going to play it again. Black conservative went to black people to ask them their thoughts on white people. And this is like an anthropologist kind of experience here, because you're going to hear, many of you for the first time, what black people say about white people when white people aren't around. right? And the question that they're asked is, because they're all obsessed with white supremacy, right? White supremacy, which Biden says is the greatest threat to America, is MAGA white supremacy, white supremacists. So the question these African Americans are asked is, what are white people superior at? What are white people superior at? Okay, so here it is, listen.
What are white people superior at?
exactly are white people superior at?
They're real good at violence.
Violence, genocide.
It's like stealing people's lives just because they feel like it. If you are white and you know this is happening and you say nothing, then you're a killer too.
What exactly are white people superior at?
Insecurity, pretending, fear, being fearful of nothing, being ignorant,
Blame.
letting their egos control their every move, superior at being. What exactly are white people superior at? Oppression, gaslighting, lack of empathy, intellectualizing oppression. Did I say oppression? What exactly are white people superior at?
Taking what's not there, taking
our ideas.
Copycat,
gentrification.
appropriating things that do not belong to them, taking over other people's cultures, and making you believe that they invented it.
Maybe they're thinking of it as repurposing. It's like recycle and repurpose.
As my grandma would say, the white folk, they'll take it if you don't copyright it.
They are very good at destruction of land, destruction of people, destruction of humanness.
Republican, whether you're Democrat, whether you're conservative, like white people are really good at upholding white supremacy.
How about claiming that, they are actually a whole separate race, when actually white DNA comes from the black female?
So what exactly are white people superior?
Honey, lying, stealing, and cheating, manipulation, withholding information. Lying, telling lies.
Oh, wow. Is that how our black kids talk about us, Steve, when we're not around?
As I suspected, I'm going to leave this up to you to have how to make this
Well, you can't hear it?
a word of it.
Oh, okay. Well, I won't play it. Well, you can't comment on it then.
But it's hard to comment on it. Can you? You can.
Not during the show. No, you won't be able to hear the sound bites then today. That's all. That's okay. I can't fix it when we're on the air.
Oh, okay, it is.
Well, it's not.
Have it happen.
I thought I had it fixed this time. Are you sure? I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't hear it. I'm looking at the board, and you should be able to hear it. I don't see why you would not be able to hear. But everybody else heard it, Steve, but you. So our callers can comment on it.
Everybody else comments on it.
Yeah, you all can comment on what Steve cannot hear, okay? And hopefully you'll hear the callers. All right, you're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian and Steve.
Oh, before you get started, I have an apology to make to PJ. He did not text me. He did not text me at 1:35 a.m. He texted 1:44 a.m. You wait, 1:44 a.m. I got the text message from PJ. Thank you, PJ. My wife thanks you too. She's wondering who's texting you at 1:30 in the morning, Brian. And PJ. Anyway, go ahead, Andrea. Oh my goodness.
Well, I just wanted to comment on what you just played. Here.
That's okay. You heard it.
Can you briefly?
They said, not right now. Wait, tell me your thoughts first, Andrea.
That was hefty Nazi propaganda right there.
Well, let me tell you why. Listen. You're right. There's a couple reasons I play it, and it's not funny. One, everything they said is right out of the critical race theory. I read that book from Ibrahim X, okay, How to Be an Anti-Racist. I read it because I hear them talking about it all the time, so I said I got to read it, So I read it, How to Be an Everything they said is right out of the critical race theory. What they were asked, Steve, is what are white people superior at? Killing, stealing, genocide, taking credit for inventions they didn't invent, the whole list. And that is right out of the critical race theory curriculum that's being taught to our children, and it's scary. But these are grown adults.
Well, my hope is any of those black women, I hope they didn't have those cultural appropriated long weeds.
Yeah. See, this is what I was talking about before the bottom of the hour break. We were in a post-racial society, pretty much, after Obama. We were really beyond this stuff. And that's not good for the Democrats' success. So keeping the ethnicities divided is how Democrats get elected. So they came up with this critical race theory crap to put blacks against whites and whites against blacks, and it's had a positive impact on a lot of African Americans. For the Democrats, I say a positive impact, because that's hardcore racism. You change the white to black, you're listening to the Klan.
Is any of it broken down in terms of gender?
No, it's all just white people in general. Just white people in general. genocidal, homicidal, murdering, thieving people, all white people, regardless of gender or sexuality.
But how black women are with white men?
No. I know it's pretty bad, Andrea.
I'm going to disagree with you on one thing, on that Laura Logan thing.
Okay.
I don't think that she was fired because of the baby comment. I think she was fired because she was openly advocating for God. And this is why I say that. With Christians being arrested and jailed for praying out in front of abortion clinics, with the DOJ opening up a religious extremist division.
Now, slow down on that. Slow down on that. Yeah, I learned about this from Glenn Beck on The Blaze. The Department of Homeland Security has a division now with the authority of Homeland Security. Remember, Homeland Security was established to fight Al Qaeda here in the homeland. This what's the division called again, Andrea?
I believe it's religious extremists. They're going to
they have a religious extremist division at Homeland Security led by someone from the Council of Churches, which is a communist organization. The National Council of Churches, they're communist. They're open communist. It's pretty bad.
Whoa, that I did not know.
Well, you know it now.
The division, and I really hate to say this, but I'm going to say it. The churches are the ones to blame because the churches have faltered.
Well, because of COVID, I've not been to church in person since before COVID, and church attendance is at an all-time low in America. A lot of people haven't returned the church. Main reason I haven't gone back is I don't know how to, in Catholic Mass, it's all about communion. I can't drink from the cup or take the communion now, So that's that's a problem for me. I mean, that's why I haven't been back.
It seems to me.
Why is it you can't take the?
I'm just not into. I don't want to drink from the cup that everybody in the church is drinking from.
Oh, you don't have little cups.
A germ thing.
No, we don't. No, we're not Mormons. We don't have little cups. No. No, it's COVID thing, Steve. We got a big cup, and we all drink from it.
Ew.
Yeah. Yeah, we all drink from the same cup. It's high content alcohol, the blood of Christ. So they say it's supposed to kill everything, but
Believe the church.
No, I do believe the church. I don't think it kills COVID. I don't want to get COVID.
They tell you.
No, they don't say it kills COVID, Steve.
Well, COVID is
the reason so many people. I think the reason so many Italians died because everybody in Italy goes to mass. I think they got the COVID from communion in Italy.
No, I wouldn't do that, but I just found it funny during the lockdown.
Can you do the recorded one?
Shut down every place that people could congregate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They didn't want that, and they still don't, really.
All right. Hey, Andre, listen, we got to run for a break. Call us on hold, stand by. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. We'll be right back.
Yeah. They didn't want that, and they still don't, really.
Steve Kane Show. Steve Kane Show. Yeah, hold on.
They're the most polarizing talk show hosts in all of South Florida. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Mornings 6 to 9 on Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
Good morning, Attorney Barry Siegel.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing great. What do you have for us today, Barry?
All of us here who have been in South Florida for a long time, we're seeing so many people who have moved here from out of state. The whole pandemic caused a lot of people to move here. And so what we are seeing...
They don't, in Catholic Mass, they don't give you little cups. It doesn't work that way. So I want to show you. Listeners sent me this cool hat. I'm going to wear this on the cruise. They sent me some other hats too. I'll show you. Isn't this an awesome hat? Very high quality. And I pinned a link. at the top of the chat. If you use my discount code Brian, you get a huge discount. You can get this hat. This is a cool hat. I like this hat. And they sent me these two. They got a whole bunch of hats, not just these three, right? And then on the back, you know, pretty cool. Pretty cool. And I pinned the link right there in the chat.
It's very important for anyone who has not yet had their estate planning reviewed and updated that's here from out of state to make sure that they make that a priority.
Bruce, I have so many misspellings when I'm doing things. Yes, a listener sent me this. Pretty cool.
That's right, and it is always a free consultation.
And it's very well made.
When you mention that you heard Attorney Barry Siegel,
Like if I were on Survivor, I would take this to the island. Oh man. They would have their hottest season of Survivor with me than that they've had since season 1.
FLA 3782 855.
No, but in Catholic Mass, they don't give you, first off, you don't have grape juice. It's real wine, and they don't put it in cups. That's what Mormons do.
I want to tell you about my favorite restaurant in all of South Florida, Wings Plus in Coral Springs. Wings just the way you like them.
Yeah, there's a link there. They have all kinds of hats, not just these three, but you can get a discount on all the hats there you buy. You can't bring your own wine. You guys obviously aren't Catholic. You don't know how it works. You can't bring your own wine.
Coral Springs, a mile west of University on the south side of Sample Road.
Smarter than...
The link up at top. You can get the hat. I pinned the link at the chat. Use the discount code Brian. Yes, yes. Oh, man. I can tell we do not have very many. We have a lot of Christians in our audience, Steve, but not Catholics, because people are, well, bring your own wine to church. You can't bring your own wine. It doesn't work. They said, you drink little cups. The little cups. No, Steve. Yes. It's not wine. It's the blood of Christ you're drinking, and it is blessed by the priest. And the whole point of communion is to have the communion cup, and you're all using the same cup. And then the body of Christ, I'm a little nervous about taking from somebody's hand. Sometimes they put it in people's mouths directly, and I'm just, you know.
With your priest.
Well, I think the Pope should come up with a way for those of us to take Holy Communion that are a little concerned, because I haven't taken communion since the COVID time. So I've been a long time without communion. Maybe I'll go to confessional one of these Saturdays and I'll talk to the priest about it, because I feel very bad about it. And whatever wine is left over, the priests have to finish it off, too. Yeah. All right, let's go to the phones. 1-888-GO-CANE-1. Yeah.
We are the official, this is the Friday show, and we are the official Trump communication outlet for South Florida. I miss Trump. I haven't seen him or heard. He's really been keeping a low profile. Has he got any appearance?
I think so, but I'm not. I think so, but I'm not 100% sure of the days. So,
I know we got a lot of Trumpsters in the audience, and any appearances that Donald is making over the weekend.
Yeah, but do
this is the place to
people giving the communion other than the priests do it?
We're a clearinghouse.
Yes. See, someone just messaged me. They say the priest sanitize their hands before passing out the body of Christ at communion. But the problem is, every time I go for communion, you know, we have a lot of Hispanic people in Florida, and there will always be like a lady in front of me who opens her mouth and has the priest directly put it in her mouth, and I don't want him to give it to me right after he's had his hands in her mouth. It's a problem. I cannot be the only Catholic that has this problem. But if you do know where the Trump rallies are this weekend and the days and times, please call and let us know. I think I know, but I don't want to give out misinformation on the air. I'll save that for CNN. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
The name is Ken. I'm calling from Jupiter. Good morning, guys.
Hey, Ken.
I was curious.
I'm going to change the church. It's all one church, the Catholic Church.
You're a different race. Let's say you're white and you identify as black. And the critics that came across, would they be bigoted?
You know, I remember, this goes back a little bit, but I remember, this was in the early 90s, Vanilla Ice. Remember Vanilla Ice, Ice Baby, you know, which was a ripoff of Queen? and he got in trouble for that. But anyway, he was the first superstar white rapper. And he won all the awards, all the rapping awards at the People's Choice Awards or the Grammys one year. And black people were pissed. And he went, you can find this on YouTube. I'm sure this is on YouTube. Vanilla Ice went on Arsenio Hall the day after he won all the awards for Best New Rap Artist of the Year. I mean, he won like 5 or 10 awards. And Arsenio Hall spent an hour reprimanding him for winning these awards, because only black people are supposed to be able to rap. I guess Arsenio wasn't a fan of the Beastie Boys, but it's very bizarre. And every once in a while, you'll see where the real racism is in our society. And sadly, it comes from minorities.
Well, and that's true. And the interesting thing is, because of this woke politics and identity politics, when they, I can identify as a fire truck if I want to.
That'd be stupid, but yeah, you could.
Yeah, I mean, anybody that criticizes somebody that identifies as somebody, I mean, if I identified as a woman and a woman criticized me, does that make her, does that make her a big...
Yeah. Listen, all this stuff is stupid. Democrats are a loose coalition of special interest groups that hate each other. And all the Democrats can do to have any type of support is divide people, right? Black against white, white against black, blue against black, Christians against gays, exactly. Parents against transgenders. All the Democrats do, and whatever it is they're doing, are divide people based on these things that we have really moved beyond in our society. That's what Democrats do.
That's true. Hey, I appreciate the time. Good luck, guys. Have a happy Friday.
All right, take care. From Jupiter. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi there, the masked lady, Louise from Boca.
Hey, Louise.
I know this is open mic. I want to know, I'm a Catholic for years. When did this take place? I never heard of such.
Communion? Holy Communion?
No, drinking from a chalice. I've never heard of.
You've never take a drink from the cup. What? And you're Catholic all your life? And you go to mass?
Place.
I think that you probably, like Fetterman, are suffering from some type of brain damage. Then.
I want to know from somebody when this started.
When did it start?
It goes back to the 50s.
No, it doesn't.
In the court chest.
No.
From the palace has the brew that is true.
No, it goes back. It goes back to an affair known as the Last Supper.
That's a little too in.
I know, Steve.
Well, let me say, all the years of my going to church, never thought.
To Catholic Mass, Roman Catholic.
Yes. And those.
Well, then this is what I would say. You've been wearing the mask so long, you've been depriving your brain of oxygen, and you just have damaged your memory.
Another question. This has nothing to do with anything.
No.
Liberal gay guy, Norm.
Yeah. I'm sure he's around somewhere.
Just wondered.
I'm sure. I know that he's alive because someone would have called and told me. Okay. Well, then you must not have been going to Catholic church.
The communion out of a chalice and give each person the communion.
Yeah, that's what the Mormons do.
Never heard of anyone drinking from it. Never.
Well, you must not be going to the Catholic church then. You must be going to something else. I don't know. I've never been to a Catholic mass where they didn't do that. All right, 1-888 go Kane 1. What do the Jews do, Steve? You don't know? I guess it has. I don't know. All right, you're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Brian. This is Andrea.
Andrea, what's up?
Hi, I just want to say hello. How's everybody? I miss talking to everyone.
It's going well. We're doing good. How are you?
I'm good.
Great.
Have a nice weekend, okay?
All right. Take care. Take care. Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, it's open phone, Steve. It's Friday. It's open Mac and Mike Friday. You could talk about anything and everything you have on your mind. Okay. All right. You can't be. All right. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Dave here, Pompano. Good morning, guys. Listening to you as always. Loving the results that Governor DeSantis has delivered for us over the last 4 years, but specifically after the hurricane.
How did he get the bridge to Sanibel fixed so quickly, like in 2 weeks?
You know, it's just amazing when you have people that don't want to get bogged down in bureaucracy or are willing to remove red tape. What actually?
Yeah. Well, you know, Monday, our great governor is debating Charlie Crist. Monday.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Oh, don't miss it.
No, absolutely not. And just one way to disagree with you here, Brian. Catholic all my life, Catholic high school, St. Thomas Aquinas. My kids go to Catholic school. Nobody drinks from this Dallas anymore.
They do. I go to mass right here in Boca, and they do it. I don't know. I don't want to say which one, because I don't want people to give the church a hard time.
Yeah, they just pass out the communion, but we haven't drank.
Some don't. Okay, now some don't. Some do not do the chalice. That is true. Some don't, and the Pope has said that you don't. But
So it doesn't have to spread germs. Just kidding.
no. But I go to Catholic mass at multiple Catholic churches right here in town, and they do it.
Yeah, 20 years at my church, and
Which one do you go to in town?
St. Holman.
I don't know that one. Oh, okay. Yeah. A lot of churches don't do it. A lot of Catholic churches don't do it because the wine's expensive.
One of the largest landowners in the world. You think they could afford it?
Oh, they still pass the plate around though.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. All right. Take care. Okay. All right. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I'm going to the last holdouts for the Holy Communion. All right. 1-888 go Kane 1. Let's take another call before the break. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning. I think we interrupted someone getting into the car because I can hear them moving around. All right, let's go. We'll move on. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Steve, this is the real.
Good morning.
The real 1970 on the YouTube.
Okay.
God bless Kathy. Hope she gets well. Number 2, Truck rally this Saturday in Rocktown, Texas at 7 p.m. Central Time.
Okay. That's 8 o'clock on the East Coast. Saturday night Trump rally.
Oh, yeah.
Is it televised?
It'll be on. I'm sure it'll be on Newsmax. Hey, listen, we got to run for the break. Thanks for the info. All right, Saturday night. Back after this.
Is it televised?
It'll be on. I'm sure it'll be on Newsmax. Hey, listen, we got to run for the break. Thanks for the info. All right, Saturday night. Back after this.
The new Oldies 95.3 and 96.9 is here. WWNN Pompano Beach, a VCMG live radio station. Now, here's the True Oldies weather forecast.
Good morning, everybody. What a nice change. We are so much cooler today. We're in the 60s in spots starting out across the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast, and we'll end in the mid to upper 70s for a daytime high today, so a lot cooler in the wake of that front. Still a chance of some showers, though, this afternoon. I'm my first warning meteorologist, Sandra Shaw.
Follow Oldies 95.3 and 96.9 on social media. See what's happening in the community, have a laugh with some funny memes, and keep in touch with other good time Oldies lovers. Facebook and Instagram at Oldies South Florida. True Oldies. Traffic check.
Things are looking great this Friday morning for your Palm Beach commute. 95 on the Turnpike remain crash-free, but we are seeing some pretty heavy delays now on the Turnpike heading northbound between Okeechobee Boulevard back to Lantana Road. 95 is in pretty good shape to the north and south, but we are seeing the usual delays northbound from Deerfield Beach into Boca Raton. Earlier, multi-vehicle crash is now cleared. One in Lake Worth on Jog Road and North Tree Boulevard. Earlier crash also cleared on Lantana Road and Broadway Street. We're seeing some heavy traffic on Glades Road westbound passing 441. This report is sponsored by Blindster. Do you need new blinds or shades? Blindster.com offers custom-made blind shades and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Blindster blinds are easy to install and guaranteed to fit. Don't overpay for new blinds. Shop today and save big. Blindster.com. That's traffic. I'm Chris Barr.
Here's your True Oldies ABC News Update.
ABC News Now, I'm Tom Rivers. There have been a couple of rulings on legal challenges to the administration's student debt relief proposal.
A federal judge in St. Louis dismissed an effort by 6 Republican-led states to block the Biden administration's student loan debt relief. The judge says Nebraska, Missouri, Arkansas, Iowa, Kansas, and South Carolina failed to establish they had standing. An appeal is expected. In a separate case, Supreme Court Justice Amy Coney Barrett, without comment, rejected a request by a group of Wisconsin taxpayers seeking to halt the Biden program. Their argument was the cost. Other court challenges remain. Chuck Severson, ABC News.
Tropical storm Roslyn is formed off Mexico's southern Pacific coast. Forecasters say it will strengthen into a hurricane and hit land somewhere between Puerto Vallarta and Mazatlan over the weekend. Is ABC News.
Finding the right Medicare plan? Oof, no easy feat. Kind of like those dances my granddaughter loves making me do. But then I found Walgreens FindRx coverage. Lets you compare plans online, over the phone, or in person. Made Medicare shopping so easy. Plus, I found plans with low-cost copays. I can get down with that. Medicare annual enrollment ends December 7th. Find a plan that's right for you at walgreens.com/Medicare.
Get it off your chest. Just call in 888-GO-CANE-1. Hello. You'll thank us later. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, we are back. I'm Brian. Steve Kane is here, and all of my show prep is useless today, Steve. And I got a lot of it, but we can't use it. I'm sure it'll get worked out, but all my show prep that I was saving for you. Okay, because I had a bunch of stuff. I do 2 things. What I'm going to do by myself, and then when you join, and everything that I prepared to share with you, at least 99.9% of it, all the good stuff, is an audio soundbite form. And you told me you can't hear the audio soundbites, so so I can't use any of it. So that's okay. The show must go on.
One of the things about Trump, that Mr. Trump,
President Trump.
Mr. Trump's detractors love to position him as somebody that's out of control and, shoots from the hip and says wild and crazy things without thinking. And nothing really could be further from the truth. I like watching Donald when he goes through what he's been going through for the last couple of weeks, periods of silence where he kind of pulls the lid up on everything. And the image that he has that he's, so talkative and just spills without thinking and all that stuff is not really accurate at all. He's been very disciplined in releasing information to the public. In fact, nothing has come out of it. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but when he decides he wants to keep quiet, he sees to it that things go quiet. And I find it interesting because the periods of silence are as interesting as his talkative periods when you think about it.
Really? When he doesn't talk, it's this interesting? No, I think that's very strange. I don't understand that. It's interesting when he doesn't talk? And I don't understand that at all.
What I'm saying is it's not random. When he decides, see, he's got an issue of overexposure. It's easy for somebody like Donald Trump, unless he has the discipline I'm talking about, to get overexposed because the press gloms onto him. The press is always looking to, he's the big feature news story, if things are left to their own devices. And when he decides he wants a period of silence, he can control it.
Well, when I'm going to...
Trump in the news.
What? No, there has that woman that was accusing him of rape. That's been in the news. What I'm
Not a lot of time was spent.
What I'm going to look for him to talk about in the rally in Texas Saturday night is if he mentions Tulsi Gabbard, because he does. He does talk about what's going on in the news.
It's interesting, and if he doesn't mention her, that'll be interesting too. A choice. He's going to decide whether or not she gets the.
Well, she's pulled this week that the media she's doing something this week that shows she's working in coordination with Trump's enemies and the media, and the two things so far. She did this event campaigning for Kari Lake, and now I read this morning she's going to go campaign for Tudor Dixon, who's the Trump-endorsed candidate in Michigan against that lunatic Gretchen Whitmer. And this is what the media are doing. And notice how the media are leaving her alone and not attacking her. Yeah, because this is what they're going to do. When Tudor Dixon and Kari Lake win, the media are going to give Tulsi Gabbard the credit. Well, she came in and she got those last few points they needed of those soccer mom. They always clarify, but soccer mom, Midwestern, suburban women, they got them. And the independents, they're going to take Trump's victories away from him and give Tulsi Gabbard credit for his endorsed candidates that he's brought to victory. And it's part of the plot that she's involved in.
I think I'm going to respectfully disagree with you. I think you've got the whole thing misfigured. I think it's going to be a bloodbath. And I think the story the day after the election is going to be just that. That's going to be the focus. They're not going to be able to control it. It's going to be too big. That's what I think. I mean, I'm going out on a limb.
Well, hold on. But bloodbath, I'm not, no. What I mean is, like, say, well, we're going to have a lot of victories, but some of them, like Kari Lake or Tudor Dixon, okay? When you look at the polls, Kari Lake's ahead, but like by 2 points. So, but if it is, like say Kari Lake wins by 3 points, 4 points, or something, they're going to say, "Oh, Tulsi Gabbard came in, got those independents." They want to take. No, I'm just seeing what's going on, and you're in the Fox News bubble. I mean, that's just the way it is.
See the day after the election.
Yeah, but we're here today, and we're talking about it now, not the day after. But I'm telling you, this is part. I hope not. I don't want it to be close, but I want it to be landslides in every race. There's going to be some that are Michigan Tudor. I mean, that's you told me you think she's attractive, and I think that blinds you to what she's about.
There are a lot of attractive Republican.
Yeah, but she's not a Republican, Steve. She's not a Republican. She's an independent. All right. Well, listen. Our number is toll free 1-888-GO-KANE-1. You're getting too close to the truth, but but that's that's what's going on. Now, Blumenthal, that stolen valor, lied that he was in Vietnam guy. He's in the news today, and there's a connection to you with it, which I'll tell you in a minute. But Blumenthal started this whole new thing where he didn't go to Vietnam, and he got busted for stolen valor. And, he's part of the political establishment. He's a Democrat creep. And he is responsible for this new trend of the Vietnam-era veterans that weren't in Vietnam but were in the service at that time. And I've even seen guys wearing hats that say Vietnam-era veteran. It's very strange, But Blumenthal's in the news. Listen to this. Senator Richard Blumenthal, Democrat, participated in Slave Day while he was the president of his high school student council, Fox News reported. And this happened, too, with that cowardly woman, I forgot her name now, that's running against Kari Lake. She was in charge of the Slave Day at her school. I don't know what it is about these Democrats doing these slave days where they turn students into slaves, but the connection is you and Blumenthal went to the same school, Riverdale Country School. Yeah, you went to the same school as Richard Blumenthal, Steve. Did they do? Yes, but you were there so long ago, they might have had actual slaves back then. I don't know.
I appreciate that.
Was it? No. But I thought, yeah, so you went to school with all. You may be the only Republican that came out of that place.
It's a pretty liberal place.
Oh my goodness.
When they keep trying to invite me up there for reunions, they've done reunions, and I'm literally the only conservative in my graduating class.
Yeah, they
Oddity, they keep wanting to have me up there to keep it lively.
Okay, let's go to the phones. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Joellen from Fort Lauderdale.
Hey, Joellen.
Hey, so I know you don't want to talk about Chelsea, but one thing I'm going to say is,
No, Steve doesn't.
think that, Chelsea, again, I don't trust her, and I think that she is running like a Republican to get the MAGA people, like you say. I agree with you. And then when she gets in 2024, then she'll be running as an independent.
Yeah, and to screw Trump over in 24. Yep.
So much makes sense. She's just trying to work herself up. The good thing is she is getting more Democrats away from the party.
Don't be so sure. I think.
In the election, if she runs.
Nah. All right, hey, Joellen, we got to run for our break, but thanks for the call. I met Joellen at Mar-a-Lago after the break-in. I was up there and ran into Joellen. She says, I'm Joellen from Fort Lauderdale. That's her last name. All right, listen, callers on hold, stand by. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. Steve, of course, here. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631. Remember, it is open phones on Friday. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. Anything and everything you have on your mind is fair game. We'll be back right after this break. Don't go anywhere. 31. Remember, it is open phones on Friday. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. Anything and everything you have on your mind is fair game. We'll be back right after this break. Don't go anywhere.
The Steve.
Dead air. Are you ready for me? Okay. Well, we can come back on the air. Okay, we're back. We're having technical problems, man. It's live radio, people, and the show must go on. Oh, man. All right, it's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. Steve is here. Oh, man, I'll tell you. Oh, Steve, it's the weekend, and that means Anne Marie's. I got a call from Conservative Doug, and he was they have great music at night, and Anne Marie's is a great date night place. It really is. It is beautiful inside, and they have a great collection of wines over there with the great food. They have wonderful music. Are we back? No, not yet. Oh, okay. I'm just talking to you, Steve. We're not. I'm just talking to you. Okay, let me know when we're back.
Witnesses, we celebrate our president, Donald Trump. Make your best right now, 561-244-5779. No
Steve Kane Show. Hey, James, hold on. All right, we are back. I'm Brian Craig. Steve Kane is here. It is the weekend, and that means Anne Marie's in Pompano. And that's right. And conservative Doug called me up earlier, and he's been over there at night, and he was telling me about the great music, including live music, on the weekends. And Anne Marie's, Steve and I are not nighttime people because of the hours of the show. We are daytime people, so nighttime is like 3 in the afternoon on my schedule. But at Anne Marie's, it is a great place to go on date night. They do, and it's beautiful inside. It's a great romantic restaurant with the great food, and also they have an incredible collection of wines. In fact, they have a wine club over there. So if you're interested in wine, Anne Marie's is it. One of our sponsors gave me a very nice bottle of wine from Anne Marie's when they were over there, and I'm going to have it on Thanksgiving, and I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. Now, Anne Marie's, of course, no matter what you order, you want to order the lobster ravioli appetizer, right, Steve? I mean, there's this, the lobster ravioli goes with anything and everything you order, even if it's the pizza. But,
Your dishes, and obviously all the seafood fresh, but they serve the claw meat, which is the tenderest part of the lobster. And if you're a lobster connoisseur, which I like to consider myself, it's just unbelievable. It melts in your mouth. It's just spectacular.
Absolutely. Now, Anne Marie's is located in Pompano on the northwest corner of Copans Road and US 1 Federal Highway, in the same shopping center as the movie theater. And for the Trump rally on Saturday night, they do takeout. So go get your takeout and then go home and watch the Trump rally. When you stop into Anne Marie's, make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. All right, let's go back to the phones. 1-888-Q, Kane 1. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
James Polka.
Hey, James.
James.
Hey, so Trump went by. Right now, we don't want to be talking about Mar-a-Lago anymore. We're talking about how bad the debt. We need to be talking about how bad the Democrats are, and that's what
you make a good point. If you think about it, there's been a number of debates, and then we got the Charlie Crist debate with our great Governor DeSantis on Monday, but I have not seen a single story where a Democrat has come out on top during a debate, including the one with Herschel Walker, J.D. Vance, of course, Marco with Val Demings here in Florida. Yeah, they've been getting devastated.
Every time the president opens his mouth, it gets worse and worse. He's just unraveling right before us. It's just...
Right now, the Democrats are unraveling themselves.
Yes.
That's the direction I'd like it to keep going.
Oh, that's on. Oh, yeah.
What's doing?
This campaign stop yesterday that Biden did in Pennsylvania was a disaster. Biden was mumbling and using words that don't exist. It was like a whole new language.
So angry. There's so much anger penned up in him. It's.
What'd you say, caller?
One more thing from me. Just one more thing from me. Regarding Tulsi Gabbard. For me, November 8th, that's the key. Does she help us or hurt us for November 8th? After that, if you want to do whatever you want with it. But right now, I think she helps us for November 8th.
I don't think so. And I don't think so at all. And I'm telling you, he hung up because he's like you, Steve. You guys like to praise Tulsi Gabbard, but you can't really defend it. You get some of our Tulsi Gabbard fanatics are turning into liberals in their actions, running away like cowards. I'm going to make the prediction here today, okay? The day after the election, which we will be here live the morning after the election, people, processing everything that happened the night before. So make sure you're with us the morning after the election. But this is what's going to happen. In these races where she did stops, they're going to give her credit for the victory instead of President Trump. And this is part of their plan to try to lessen Trump's prominence and role. See, even you can't talk about it. See, this is amazing. You guys. Well, I'm sorry. The caller brought it up, and it pisses me off. I mean, we got this great movement going. We got this great MAGA movement going that is just amazing. We are. This is the first. This midterm.
The MAGA movement.
Yeah, she's going to. I'm trying to stop her before she does. Yeah, I'm drunk, Steve. Yes, I'm drunk. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. At 8:23 in the morning. It's the blood of Christ, Steve. But this is the deal with this, okay? I'm trying to stop it before it happens. We've got this great movement going. And this midterm election is the first move that Trump is making to transform the Republican Party into a MAGA Republican Party, right? I mean, when his first term was over, they went to him and tried to get him to start a third party, and he didn't. And what he's done is he's going around.
Day after the election, how is Tulsi Gabbard, what are you predicting that she's going to do to affect the election?
She's not going to do anything to affect the election. But what I'm worried about is the next one. And we're gonna win this one big time. But if they give her credit instead of Trump for Kari Lake and Tudor Dixon's victory, that's not good for us next time. They're trying to make her more important than Trump. This is a big scheme.
You're the only one doing that. You've made her a superstar. You've got everything focused on her.
Yeah, because I'm very ticked about it. I'm upset about it. Yeah, she is, unfortunately. I'm trying to make her not a all right. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning. Yes, you're on the air.
Yeah, hey, it's Bill. I'm in Palm Springs.
Hey.
I don't know if I have an exclusive for you or not. Let me get you off speaker. I don't know if I have an exclusive for you or not. I don't know if you mentioned it. I'm in and out of my truck all the time. But for the first time since 2017, Trump stepped international.
Oh my goodness! I know where I'm going to be today. The Trump Force One is at Palm Beach International right now.
The 2:45 yesterday afternoon.
Oh my God! And no one called me. I would have been up there yesterday. No, maybe that's why PJ texted me at 1:44 this morning. Trump. This is okay. This is amazing. So Trump Force One has just been completely redone. He had the entire plane remodeled and repainted, and that means he's running for president. He has not been traveling around in the 757 since he became president. Oh my goodness! What do they? Do they park it where they parked Air Force One?
Pretty much.
So if you go and park where you would park for Air Force One, you can see Trump Force One.
Yeah, it's over there by, I think it's Atlantic Aviation, kind of near the Customs building.
Oh, I know exactly where it is. I will be there. Oh my goodness, I am very excited. Thanks for telling me that. No, I did not know that. No one called me. Shame on you. Oh man.
8 o'clock last night to take some pictures, and there were 2 or 3 guys working on the nose gear for some reason. They had some lights out there. They were working on the nose gear for some.
That's okay. That's okay. All right, take care. Oh no, I'm glad. Now I know what I'm gonna do this weekend. I'm sure he's gonna fly to Texas tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to get up there. If not today, I may not be able to make it up there today. Oh my goodness, Trump Force One in town. All right, we'll be back. Don't go anywhere.
Weekend. I'm sure he's gonna fly to Texas tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to get up there. If not today, I may not be able to make it up there today. Oh my goodness, Trump Force One in town. All right.
Steve Kane Show.
Tired of
Steve Kane Show. Hold on. Steve Kane Show. Hold on. Oh, man. Oh, no, guys, I was telling you, a listener sent me this super cool hat, and I pinned a link at the top of the chat. You can get a big discount on it. They don't have just this hat. They got all kinds of cool Patriot hats. But this one I'm going to wear on the cruise. They sent me these hats, too. But they have a whole bunch of hats. And if you use my promo code Brian, you get a big discount. I like these hats that have this kind of back on them, you know? But this one is really, this is an awesome hat, isn't it? Mm.
This report is sponsored by Blindsir. DVU Blindsir Shades. Blindsir.com offers custom-made blind shades and shutter shipped directly to prices less than big box retailers. Blindsir blinds are easy to install and guaranteed to fit. Don't overpay.
Yeah, the link is pinned right at the top of the chat. Yeah, Panama Brian. Well, I got my Hawaiian Panama shirts for the cruise. It is a cool hat. Yeah, click the link and you'll see promo code Brian. Isn't that cool? And it's very well made too. This is like a really well made hat.
Succulent on the inside, everything homemade, nothing comes out of a can. Dozens of specialty sauces that will make your mouth water. Wings Plus, located in Coral Springs.
Yeah, make sure you use the discount code Brian though, BRIAN.
South side of Sample Road.
Seniors, Medicare open enrollment is coming. Iowa Advisors has all the education you need to make an informed decision about your plan for you and your family. Iowa Advisors specializes in every aspect of Medicare and what options are most.
Yeah, and they have free shipping too, by the way.
Plan that fits your lifestyle and needs at an affordable rate. Call Debbie at 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080.
Hey, it's John Tesh. Are you a sales professional looking to take your career to the next level? Join the sales team of one of the fastest growing radio stations in Palm Beach County. We're looking for a self-motivated closer to join the ranks and be a part of not only the most fun radio group in South Florida, but the one that pays the highest commission. Email your resume to jobs@bcmglive.com. You could be a part of a great industry that's fun and has a six-figure income potential. But if you're a sales professional who has worked in the advertising sales industry or a recent college graduate looking to start your career, email your resume to jobs@bcmglive.com. A great job with the highest radio sales commissions in Palm Beach County awaits you. BCMG is an equal opportunity employer.
Think you might have COVID? Have you come into contact with someone who is sick? Are you traveling and need a COVID test? Same-day PCR testing is available at any lab test now at Boca in the Sandalfoot Plaza where the Western...
Alexa, I'm not going to be able to make it up there today. I might, and but he's going to Texas tomorrow. I don't know. Steve Kane Show. Hey, man.
4633 BrightonDentalCare.com.
It's hurricane season, and if you have a wet spot on your ceiling, you have a leak in your roof. When we had a leak in our roof at the Kane household, we called Tom Laporta. He's the best in the business. Small leaks turn into medium leaks, and medium leaks turn into big problems. Call licensed contractor Tom Laporta for a free roof inspection.
It's not plans I have. Kathy's still having some issues, so.
Brian Craig
Believe me, if I can get up there today, I'm going to be there. Believe me.
Dr. Appleton and his laser away pain system. I'm in studio right now with Dr. Appleton. Dr. Appleton, how'd you do it?
Well, I treated your knee pain with laser. Treatment is simple and no side effect. I have robotic lasers that have a wonderful effect on joint pain. These are all FDA approved.
Now, you don't just help with knees. Tell the listeners what other areas you can help them with.
Any joint I can do. Shoulder pain, hip pain, sciatica, stenosis, arthritis, tendonitis, bursitis, from the foot all the way up through the neck.
Dr. Appleton is a chiropractic physician, and with the laser away pain system, there's no injections, no surgery, and no drugs. He's open 6 days a week, and same-day appointments are available. Call right now for your free consultation. 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. Make sure to tell Dr. Appleton you heard about him on the radio.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, we are back. I'm Brian. Steve Kane is here. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1. I want to tell everyone about this doorbell camera from Slomin's. I'm going to give you this number in a moment. Call Slomin's, and they'll tell you how you can get a free doorbell camera. No matter where you're listening to us at, give them a call. The reason I have one, and I've had one now for quite some time, is so I can see the activity at my front door. And I don't like talking about this too much, and I've not mentioned this in a long time. But some liberal stole one of my cats because I had a MAGA flag hanging off the garage. If I'd have had the camera out there, I'd have been able to see the nut bag that did it in the neighborhood, and they would have been brought to justice for it. And it's been 2 years now, and I hope they took good care of her. But, you know, with that doorbell camera, you can see everything night and day that's going on at your door, no matter where you are. We're getting deliveries from Amazon or DoorDash or Instacart or something, and you can see who's at the door. You don't have to answer it if you don't want to. It's just great. And there's a lot of safety. It records what's going on there. It's in high definition day and night, and at night you can see very well too. And there's a lot of other great benefits to it. So give Slomin's a call. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio, and they'll tell you how you can get a free doorbell camera, all right? And you'll love it. It's very convenient. It gives you a lot of added security. 833-283-5050. 833-283-5050. That's 833-283-5050. All right, I'm Brian. Steve Kane is here. Let's go back to the phones. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Sally from Delray.
Hey, Sally.
Hi. On Wednesday, the government decided that every child in school needs COVID vaccine.
Not in Florida.
Republican governor that says, not our kids, we're not going to do that, will win. I think Carrie Lake needs.
Well, that's why they saved this for the election.
Steve, that is like the most pathetic attempt at an October surprise yet. I think you're right, though, Steve. I think you're right about that. I haven't heard anybody say that, but I think that's why that bizarre thing came out right now. Yeah, they think that helps them.
And the Republicans good for better than for the Democrats.
Well, you know what it is. People are tired of COVID. I knew someone who had a talk radio job out in Las Vegas, and they had a rule. There was one thing you couldn't talk about in Vegas. Caller, what do you think it was? Talk radio, local station. What do you think? One topic you're not allowed to talk about on the radio. No. This was before we heard of COVID. No, gambling, because people that live in Vegas are sick of gambling. They don't want to hear people talk about it, so they wouldn't let them talk about it on their shows. And I kind of feel it's that way with COVID. I hear someone on a radio show, no matter what their political opinions are, talking about COVID, I'm out. I mean, I think the American people are COVID out, and they're not interested in it.
Democrats are making it the last minute. They are desperation moves, and they are bound to react have the opposite effect.
Any decision you make in a panic is typically the wrong decision.
Right, but why would they roll?
because they think because
The answer to that question is because it worked last time.
yeah. Yeah.
Last time they figured maybe.
And in liberal circles, you know, sometimes like I'll be at Target or Walmart, and there'll be some liberal lunatics couple wearing masks, and they'll have like the ones that still wear masks wear those RU486. Oh no, that's the abortion pill. What's the no, I knew that. No, I know that. I knew what that was. But they wear those what are those Blink whatever, I forgot what it's called, 95 masks, the ones you can't breathe through. And when I took my daughter to the eye doctor a couple weeks ago, and they require masks, and they're still doing social distancing. It's here in Boca, liberal lunatics. I didn't have a mask on, but I was wearing a Trump shirt, so no one said anything to me. But one lady came in without her mask, and she, I'm so sorry, I want to be healthy. I forgot my mask at home. Can you give me a mask so I can be healthy here? You know, people that are liberal look at us because we don't wear masks as if we're unclean. And among liberals, that this ridiculous announcement yesterday gets some liberals excited. They love government control.
I was at the hospital yesterday, and they still have a mask policy in place.
Yeah.
He enforces it. Like I was wearing my mask because it was required, but I wore it under my chin because I can't breathe when I've got my mouth. And nobody said anything. Most other people were not wearing their masks.
I bet, and you know what? And I bet your chin didn't get COVID because you protected it.
That's correct. How did you know?
I guess so. Oh my goodness. No, but there's still, you know, liberals love, the reason that resonates with liberals is because liberals like government control. So when the government says get in line and do what you're told, they like that Big Brother stuff. All right, caller. Thanks so much. Good call. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian. It's Mike from Houston. How are you?
Mike from Houston, Texas.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah. Hey, Steve. So I'm going to kind of take us in a little different direction here. I just wonder what your all's opinion were of the chaos that's playing out over in the UK with the Conservative Party there. And then the other thing I wanted to add to that was, don't you think it's strange that the three world leaders that came into power in 2016, all conservative.
You think it wasn't an accident? You think it's the new world order? Well, I'll tell you this about this is what I think about the changing of the prime minister in the UK. It's an unimportant thing. It has no impact. When is the last time you can think of a British prime minister having an impact on our lives? Okay, no, that Churchill. So you got to go back like 70 years. It's not a big deal.
I think, sir, is that the direction that the world seems to be headed in is the more conservative direction. You're seeing a pattern? Is that what you're saying?
No,
No.
I see. What worries me is it looks to me like that the tide is going the other way.
Yeah.
But the Empire's fighting back. It can't be a coincidence that the three leading Democrats.
Well, you know what it is. The Australia is liberal anyway. The Brits have been clamping down. Brexit. We'll talk about the UK for a minute. I mean, the UK, their establishment got caught off guard when Brexit passed, and everything they've been doing is clamping down on their people since Brexit. So so they're on the move over there. Australia has always been liberal. So that I wouldn't read. I think you're reading too much into it. I know a lot of people get upset about the World Economic Forum, and and this because I'm with this thing in England. The World Economic Forum is to these European countries what our Congress is to us. Okay, it's just a financial scam. It's a big money laundering, money scam. That's all. It's like NATO. I don't get so paranoid about the World Economic Forum and all this stuff. I'm not saying that they like us, and but they're mainly about scamming for money.
World Bank, the International Monetary. I did.
But I'll tell you about the Brits. Think about the Brits, okay? The British gave us the fake Russian dossier, Christopher Steele, British intelligence. The Brits got us into the lie of the weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. That was from British intelligence. And how many Americans died in the world wars because of the Brits? The British people, their establishment is a poison on our society. They bring us terrible things. They do.
I just want to touch base on the World Bank and the IMF.
Real quick, we got a break.
I've worked inside both of those long enough to realize that those are just money-sucking organisms.
Yeah.
And the corruption and Anyway.
It's money laundering. Hey, listen, we got to run, but take very good call. Very good call. All right, it's time for the Gold Report. We'll be right back.
Organization and the corruption and Anyway.
It's money laundering. Hey, listen, we got to run, but take it. Very good call. Very good call. All right, it's time for the Gold Report. We'll be right back.
The longest running radio show in the state of Florida. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
All right, and it's time to check in with William Youngerman from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated with the Morning Gold and Precious Metals Report. William Youngerman, how the metals look today?
Metals looking still a little bit weaker. Yesterday we saw metals bounce off of September lows and then go up about $15 or $17, but then unable to hold those gains, sold off during the day and ended up closing down $1.80 at $1,628.10 on gold. Silver held most of its gains and was up 19 cents, closing at $18.64. Platinum was up a nice $31 yesterday, closing above the $900 number at $913. And palladium gained $62 at $1,990 the ounce. Overnight, we saw gold go down and test some of those lows again, getting down as low as $1,617 and as high as $1,629 this morning. But again, selling off so far around $1,622. That's down $6.10. Silver has lost 29 cents at $18.35 the ounce. Platinum down $18 at $8.95, and palladium down $95 at $1,895. That's all on the very strong U.S. dollar again this morning, with the U.S. dollar index almost up a full point. And we're seeing all the stock markets selling off again. Gold selling off, the Treasury bonds selling off, with yields moving higher again. And that being said, the precious metals are still your safe haven and your best safe haven for your currency rate.
Yeah, and all the metals are priced to buy today. Specifically, what products, like what type of coins or bars, are you recommending that people buy today, William Youngerman, at these great prices?
Well, it depends on the quantity that you're buying, but we have some really wonderful deals on some of the Philharmonics for silver buyers who just maybe want to get some 1-ounce coins. These are beautiful coins from Austria. We have of course, for the bigger buyers, we have the 100-ounce silver bars, 10-ounce silver bars. We have, in gold, we have all of the denominations of 1/10 ounce all the way up to 1 ounce, and then in bars, we have them up to kilo bars of gold. So we have it all in stock, and we can build a portfolio that fits your needs specifically.
Yeah, and your need could be one coin, one fractional gold coin, or it could be, bars. So, and also, no matter where you're located, in our local community or around America or the world, you can do business with William Youngerman over the phone. William, can you tell people a little bit how people that can't make it into your store can still buy and sell with you?
Yeah, certainly. For over 50 years, we've been shipping rare coins and precious metals all over the world, and today it's even easier than ever by just picking up the phone, calling our 800 number, lock in your price of gold, silver, platinum, whatever you're looking to buy or sell, and we have it shipped to you almost immediately overnight.
Yeah. And William Youngerman opens up weekdays at 10 a.m. You can call him at 1-800-327-5010, 1-800-327-5010. Online, WilliamYoungerman.com. or stop in right here in Boca at 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca on the first floor of the Bank of America building immediately east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto Park Road. All right, have a great weekend, William Youngerman. We'll talk next week. All right, back after this.
It's 1977. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, we are back. I'm Brian. Steve is here. It is Friday, and I'm hopefully going to get this. You know, I've never seen Trump Force One in person. I've seen Air Force One when President Trump would fly here home, but I've not seen his own 757, so I'm going to try to get up there and see that today. If anybody has any Trump Force One sightings at the airport, let me know. You know, your kids would love it, your grandkids, Steve. You know, they got it set up. Well, the airport, the closest airport to Mar-a-Lago where the president flies in is Palm Beach International, and they have a perimeter road that goes around all the runways of the airport, and you can park and get out of your car right there where President Trump parks his planes, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, and I've done it many, many times, and it's a out of body like experience. But I've never seen Trump Force One, which he just repainted, and I got to see that with my own eyes. Good morning, caller. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian and Steve. This is Mike from Okeechobee.
Hey, Mike.
Mike.
How you guys doing this morning?
Excellent.
Great. I used to wait till Friday to call you so I give you a little recap of the week. Of course, I listen to you every day. The first thing was the Marco Rubio and Val Demings debate. Val Demings showed me nothing other than she's lacks class and she likes to point her finger in intimidation, I guess, which Marco handled it great.
Well, you know, I'm glad you brought that up, because that debate was beautiful. And Val Demings really is a sad person. She reminds me of Eric Adams, the mayor of New York. She's someone who's gotten through life because she's black and has gotten affirmative action jobs, every job she's had. And any time she didn't have an answer for any, which was pretty much every time she was asked a question, she would play the race card, and she would talk about she was accusing Marco Rubio of being white, you know, and on more than one occasion. And she's gotten through life, and liberals, you know, Orlando's a liberal town, so she spent her whole career in one of the most liberal communities, pointing her finger like Eric Adams did in New York. If you don't give me what I want, I'll call you a racist. And I found her to be one of the most vacuous, stupid people ever to run for public office. She reminded me of that Miriam Oliphant lady, just not pretty. Steve, remember her? Yeah, I mean, she's the dumbest person I've ever... I think her... I don't know. But I think Val Demings, that debate, I think was the end of her political career. She'll just have to live off that police chief pension. That's it. She's done.
I mean, the other thing that she's talking about is the abortion issue, where Marco would say if it's rape or incest, tough, there's no abortion. I do not believe that. I could never believe that he would.
That has really backfired on the Democrats. That's why everything's coming apart, because that was their big ace in the hole, and it just ran out of gas, and in the end, rebounded against them.
Yeah, and you know, in that debate, I was worried about Val Demings from her commercials, and that debate was the first time I saw her like speaking on her own. There were several, not only did she have nothing to say, there were a few times when there was dead air, and those commercials where she looked so great in, great lighting, scripted, and probably 10,000 takes, because she really is not an articulate person.
The other issue, it's not even an issue, it's in Ron DeSantis' pocket, is the bridge issue on the West Coast, the one to Pine Island, the other one over to Sanibel. Pete Buttigieg should come to Florida and take a lesson in how to get something done as Secretary of Transportation, because if he had something to do with those two bridges, we would still be talking about it.
Well, let me tell you that, you know, I lived in Florida most of my life, and Steve came down with you come down here with Henry Flagler, or, but if Henry Flagler built the railroad to Florida, people. No, I'm kidding. No, but Steve's been here a long time too. That hurricane was the fourth worst storm to ever hit the state of Florida, and the west coast of Florida, which was hit hard, everything's back up running over there. And I've never seen devastation from a hurricane in Florida have everything restored as quickly as Ron DeSantis did. And he really should be the model for all governors in a natural disaster. I think it's amazing what he did. And that bridge...
About it and getting something.
It's that old thing, some teach and some do, and that old thing. It's that, I mean, it's amazing.
And the saying is, he who can, does. He who cannot, teaches.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And that's what it is.
That's it. The other issue was Tulsi. I've listened to everything this week, and it's funny because it's been quite a month ago anyway. My wife and I said, listen, I don't understand why Tulsi's chumming around at Fox News with everybody. What is she looking for a job, or what is she doing? Because she sounds more like a Republican. But on the other hand, I think she was a moderate Democrat. And I just don't know how to take her.
She was not a moderate Democrat. She supports not just the Green New Deal, but legalizing all drugs, which includes heroin and cocaine. Listen, I think what she wants a lot of things, but one of the things she's angling for is a job on Fox. And she's auditioning. She does this podcast online that's a video podcast, not an audio podcast. No. She doesn't do what I do. She does something different. But she does a TV show, but it's online. And that whole show is an audition to be on Fox. And those people on Fox, some of those pundits on Fox make $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 a year that don't even have shows. Some of those paid contributors. So there's a lot of money to be made there. So that's what she's angling for, among other things. None of it's good.
That's for sure.
Oh, well, I appreciate the call.
I appreciate it. You guys have a great weekend.
All right, you too. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Take care. Yeah, he came down from Okeechobee to meet us at Anne Marie's. Remember on that Sunday, Mike? He has completely rid me of my knee pain, and I've suffered with this knee pain for years. And I've lost weight. I'm on the last hole on my belt, Steve. I've lost weight because I'm more active. I'm walking around more. I'm not a sedentary because I'm not in pain anymore. But Laserway pain, it works on more than just knee pain. Any type of pain you have, any joint, arthritis, sciatica, lumbar pain, back pain, stenosis. If you've got pain, it works. And you know what? He's also open on Saturdays. No appointment necessary. Walk-ins are welcome. So if you can't make it in during the week because of your schedule, you can head in to see Dr. Appleton tomorrow on Saturday. I'm going to give you his number. You can call ahead if you'd like. But when you call or stop in, make sure you tell Dr. Appleton that you heard about him on the radio so you can take advantage of that no-charge consultation. And if you have x-rays, like if you've had knee surgery, shoulder surgery, you have x-rays, bring them with you. He's happy to look over your x-rays for you. And always remember, with the Laserway pain, it's completely painless, no drugs, no downtime, no injections either. Okay, it's completely painless. I just sat there and read my emails and read the news on my phone for a few minutes while I had the treatment done, and it works. His number, 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. Online, AppletonCairo.com. A couple things I want to mention. Our old friend Al Knight is now our weekend guy in middays here on our radio station. So check out Al Knight on the weekends and middays. You guys out there remember Al Knight, Al Knight, he called me, Steve, and my phone, and it came up on my ID, Al Knight, and I thought, oh my goodness, Craig Worthing died. But because Al Knight had not called me in a while. And I answered the phone, and he's like, hey, Brian, and he told me about the weekend thing, and I told him, I was like, when I saw your name, yeah. But so he's our midday guy on the weekends. He started a couple weeks ago, so check him out. And then tomorrow night, the Trump rally, which will be on Newsmax, and I imagine Right Side Broadcasting too will have it. And this Trump rally's this is a good one because we're getting closer and closer to the midterm election day, and this one's in Texas, and President Trump's been talking in his last few rallies about things that are going on in the news that week, and a lot's happened for him to talk about since his last rally.
How he does it. Every time he speaks, it's fresh. It's not rehashed stuff that he's done before, and that's what makes him a great speaker.
Yeah, that's why every time there's a rally, we say to ourselves, "Oh, that's the greatest speech ever," because everyone's new and it's relevant to what's going on that week. You know what I mean? So that's why it seems that way. So this will be a good one, and I just have an idea that it's going to be a full house again. It's amazing. These rallies sizes are limited only by the fire codes. That's why he likes to do them outside when he can, because they can get more and more people in. But listen, everyone, that's it for us for the week. Don't forget, you can always listen to us on Alexa. Just say, "Alexa, play Oldies South Florida." That's right. Alexa, Volume 6. There you go. And not only can you listen to us, you can listen to our radio station all day and all night when you do that on your device. We'll be back on Monday morning, and thanks everyone for tuning in. In the next couple weeks, these are very important weeks. The October surprise, I don't know. They got to have something else planned, Steve. There's got to be. Yeah. Well, listen, that's it, though. We're going to sign off for the week. But have a great weekend, everyone. I'm going to try to go see Trump Force One today if I can. I hope I can. I really want to at the Palm Beach Airport. I'm Brian Craig. Steve Kane has been here as well. This is The Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. God bless America, and God bless Donald Trump.
This is The Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. God bless America, and God bless Donald Trump.
There you go. All right. Hey, guys, thanks for watching. Everyone, before you go, make sure you like the video, please. Liking the video helps me out a lot. It tells the YouTube algorithm to recommend the video and my other videos to people that have not yet found my channel. So please don't leave without liking the video. And if you're new, please subscribe. That helps out too, right? Of course it does. Oh, man. Pretty good show today, I thought. Covered a lot of topics. I had a lot more to do, but Steve couldn't hear the audio sound bites, so I didn't play the audio sound bites I had saved for him. Oh, man. Yes. And don't forget, I pinned the link to the top of the chat to this super cool hat. A listener sent me this hat. Super cool hat. I'm going to take this on the cruise, and if you use the discount code Brian, you get a huge discount on it. They don't have just this hat. They have a whole bunch of other hats there. Like they sent me these as well. These two hats. And see, there we go. All right, guys. The link is pinned in the chat. Discount code Brian. All right. I'll see you guys soon. Take care.